Well, hello, hello. I feel like it has been a minute since we have had the opportunity to play with the illustrious, seductive, he probably doesn't want that word used with him, Mr. Doc. We are doing all the Phasmo things with Mr. Doc today, so don't expect anything of us. We just work here. Of course we love him, Mr. Doc. Oh my. Miss Ouija Tech, thank you for the 5 months, friend. Bubblegum, thank you for the 6. Hello. Yes, thank you for the 3 months. I don't know. It said you started. That was so weird today.
Lizard.
I don't know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Blackbeak, thank you for the 2 months. Teeny. 33. Joe. He is amazing. Absolutely. Joe, thank you for the subs, dude. Oh my Lanta. All right. All right. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. Hi, friends.
Lizard.
An Undertale? Wait, what the hell? Oh my God. Hi, Kiwi. How are you? Zone. What's up, Cypher? Good to see you. Relentless. I love that all the bing bongs are still there. I haven't changed mine either. Yeah, mine still exists. Jacob, thank you for the prime. Joe, thank you so much. What's up, Ray? How we doing? Day's been good, man. It has been good. Been hanging out with the family. I'll tell you what we did do today. So Miss Izzy has been asking for like grilled cheese and tomato soup relentlessly for the past like week. So we're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. But like, we didn't just make it. Like, we went out of the way to make it good. So we found like the best combination of cheese and sourdough bread and the right kind of tomato soup. Oh, it like, I had such nostalgia just hit me of like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like getting a grilled cheese from like a concession stand. Do you know what I mean? What cheese? So mozzarella for the pool, Gouda, and cheddar. Yeah. And then we did mayo on the outside of the bread and butter in the pan. Yeah. And then you cook it on like a low heat so that way it doesn't cook too fast. And then Rio makes this really good tomato soup. It's like so hearty. Oh my God. Drop a tutorial, dude. I swear to you, I promise you, I'll go get the ingredients. Yeah. I was on the phone with Mrs. Flash. And I was like, you just tell me what to get and I'll get it. Oh, it was so good, man. Doing better after dental surgery. Oh, Mama Bear, I hope everything's okay. Yeah, it was so good. I never want to eat another one another way ever again. Ever made homemade? I mean, like, kind of. Not like, I would say we haven't made like homemade, like literally 100% from scratch. Yeah, there's at least something that has been already pre-made. Flash cooking stream. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Did Izzy rate? No, everybody loved it. Landon's not a big fan of tomato soup. So fair enough to him. He wasn't a fan of that, but loved the sandwich though. Would you do the would I do the Disney grilled cheese? You mean, have I had the Disney grilled cheese? Yeah. Yeah. 8 ball. Thank you for the 7 months. I'm good. When we were in Disney, we went during the arts festival and they had the grilled cheese and tomato soup during that. And that was probably the best thing that we had the entire time we were there. Oh my God, it was so good. If it's made at home, it's homemade. I'll take it. Hi, Athena. Sold. Oh, it was so good. The one, if you ever had the opportunity to do that, oh my God, it was so good. I was half tempted to dry out the little tin can of soup they give you because it had figment on it. I was like, I kind of want to take it. Never mind. It's fine. What difficulty you recommend for me? Intermediate. What difficulty you recommend for me? Intermediate at professional. Are you asking, do I recommend intermediate or professional? Well, how do you do on intermediate? Hey, Chicken Boy, welcome in. Hi, Copper. Hi, friend. Grilled cheese is good, but tomato soup gives you, oh, that's fair. I understand. Yeah, I mean, there's certain foods you're not going to be able to do, but the grilled cheese, though, is where it's at. Oh, that was so good. Thank you guys for all the subs. I appreciate you. Welcome in, friends. We're playing with Mr. Doc today. I'm excited, man. TB, hello. Oh, I gotta switch the playlist. Oh god, it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. I got it. What's my favorite steak? I don't know if I have a favorite. I think it very much so depends, because I don't cook them at home usually, which I really want to get into. But when I'm going out to eat and I get a steak, I try something different like every time, just because I'm so curious to try different stuff. Yeah. Frax McGee, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I don't know where he is in his. Okay, he's still trying. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled on Mr. Doc so I know where he's doing. Professional or intermediate? Well, how do you do an intermediate though? Oh, Big Fluffy, you're good. You're at work? No, dude, no worries. Tomato basil soup is so good on a cold day. Classic. Rio makes a chicken noodle that I want to try too. Margarita pizza. Ooh, what the hell is a pizzadilla? Is it like a quesadilla but a pizza? Yeah, Kenjin, I will be. Yeah, as soon as I get going with the games, I will be there too. Yeah. I'm afraid to try something new that I won't like it. See, that's usually me too. I'm kind of in that same boat where if I know I really, really like something, then I typically will. What do I mean? So, do you normally play Phasmo on the intermediate difficulty? Yeah. Make it like a quesadilla. Oh, interesting. Do you leave your VODs? Well, it's not up to me. I do, but they're only there for 60 days max. So what I do is I actually upload every single stream to my VOD channel. So you can go back and watch every single stream that I've done for the past, I don't know how long. Not every one since I've streamed. I've only started doing it at some point, but at least for the past like 2 years. You can go watch. They all live there and they don't go anywhere. So you don't have to worry about. On Twitch, they expire. There's nothing that we can do. Yeah. Hey, Jesse. It was raining yesterday where I live. We had some grilled cheese with chicken soup. Oh, that's so good. Is Doc gone? What do you mean? Gone from where? No, you're not too late at all. Agent, no, I just got started. Oh, no. You play more professional. And you're asking if I recommend if you play intermediate or professional? I'm very confused. Very confuzzled. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Alex, thank you for the 11 months. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the subs and the follows. Welcome in, friends. I'm going to get Phasmo booted up, and then we are going to just sit here and jibber jabs for a little bit while he finishes his round. I do not want to force him to like speed through his round. Gonna let him do his thing. And we'll get there. I didn't know I was watching the Flash 24/7. Was chatting and confused. Oh no. I'm sorry. Yeah, that channel I have up is sort of like a live channel for VODs so that you can just leave it on and it'll just loop and loop and loop. Yeah. I know. But when you go to chat, when you go to first chat, always make sure that you read whatever it says there. Because like I put inside of mine that it was a 24/7 channel. So it's always good to make sure to read that stuff. Yeah. Sun-dried tomato. Oh, I love sun-dried tomatoes. Can get it all at Walmart? Hell yeah. I'm down. Yeah, imagine. I'm here. Doc is guessing and going. It's up to him. I do. If he wants to stick it out, he can stick it out. Yeah, that's totally fine by me. Listen, we're on his schedule. Yeah. Hi, Kiwi. He's in the lobby. Roger that. He will be able to join on me here in a second. Hey, Rob. Doing good. How are you? All right. Mr. Doc is welcome to jump in whenever he so pleases. Oh, I got to make sure I've been having to like restart my stuff because I'm trying to like, again, still kind of troubleshooting things going on. There we go. Why did you have to spawn at the exact location that I was?
It's because we are kindred spirits. We are basically, we're joined together in the very fabric of the universe, FlashForce, and I'm so happy to share your weave, sir. right, bye. Hey, we'll leave later. You and I, we're gonna have some weave. Okay.
Oh my god. Sorry, I didn't even have it.
Never
on the
had
screen.
someone.
There we go. Sorry.
Reject my weave before, but okay. So Flash, how are you today? I hope you're doing amazingly.
I'm doing amazingly. Yeah, people were asking what the day was like. What do we have to eat? I said, bro, we had grilled cheese and mater soup. Oh, so good.
That sounds awesome. What'd you do with your Valentine's Day? Did you eat a whole bunch of those little tiny sugar hearts with messages on them?
You know, I should have got her some. That would have been pretty good. No, what we did for Valentine's Day was we celebrated it early by going to Disney.
That's kind of awesome. Nothing shows love like a guy in a mouse costume. I'll tell you what.
Hey, there was other people there. There was a dog.
Oh, all right, that's fair. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking like on those little sugar hearts.
The antacids.
No. The little sugar hearts. What if instead of like little messages of love, you put chores on them? like gave that on Valentine's Day. Like my kids are opening up their little Valentine's Day bags and it says, do your laundry or clean the bathroom.
Are the dishes done?
You just got to make sure that you give them to the kids and not to the wife, because then you die. And then it becomes death day.
Death day. It's my favorite day of the week.
Hooray!
Oh my God.
All right. So do you have any special plans for us today?
Honestly, I figure we would just kind of roll with it. Normally we're pretty good at like just getting a game going and then just having some dumb idea and then we just go with it.
We can roll with it. I think I'm going to do hot sauce runs along with it too. Maybe I'll go grab some hot sauce and you made the sound. You went. What does that mean?
I kind of looked over at because I have hot beans next to me.
You heard it here, everybody. FlashForce has hot beans.
I don't know why I turned into like an air compressor when that happened.
Indeed.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I'll do it here.
Okay. I'm gonna. Why don't you go ahead and choose a map, and when we ready up, I'm gonna run and grab hot sauce and chips, and then we'll make it happen.
Take your time. You're good. You know what?
All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ready up on Neil's Diner. Okay. Ready and hot sauce.
Anyway. So yeah, if you guys hear extra noise today, I'm sorry. There's things that are happening, but the game should probably drown out part of it. Let me do the notification while we're waiting. Let's see. Love a good Steve's game. Hey, everybody loves a good Steve's game. Yeah, the stupid notifications. I just, I really do need to get in the habit of just doing it myself. That's going to be the plan. All right. Do this. Do this. This. All right, that is sent. Here, we'll even have some background music. What is a hot bean? It's a bean that's hot. Yeah. Come in saying they weren't notified. I know. Thank you. No, I'm glad that you said something. I need to honestly get used to doing it every day. Yeah. Oh, hey, look, it says you're live. Thank you, Logic.
Okay.
Go. Jesus.
I have returned.
It scared me. All right. Go there. Go there. Go there. Yaki, thank you for the prime. All right. Making sure everything's hunky-dory.
Oh, wow. FlashForce?
I need to make a new lobby now.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you. Looks like there
Think you're
are
gonna come in
others
here
out there
crunching?
help.
I tell you what, boy, I tell you what. Not today. Eve, hello. What's up, annoying? Welcome in. Hi. All right, he should be able to join back now. So Doc is doing hot sauce runs where if we get the ghost wrong or he gets got by the ghost, then he does hot sauce. And he has a chip with him, and he decided he wanted me to hear what that chip sounded like, so I booted him. Yeah, you done with that? You done with that? Do I need to give you a little candy heart with a message on it?
All right, Dad.
The candy hearts, they don't say chores or anything. They're just demeaning messages. I like what you used to be. Wait, what does that mean?
I'm not angry. And then another one. I'm just disappointed.
Shallow, thank you for the 7 months. Rogue, thank you for the gifted.
You.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I said we were going to do, I figured we'd do Nels for a nice little start.
I'm ready for Nels. I'm ready for Nels. I've got chips here. I'm not going to make any mouth sounds. That's apparently going to get me in some trouble.
You're a gentleman. That's fine.
That's right. Total gentleman. Total gentleman.
Right. Let's go listen to Dusty's Trail.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Get ready for mouth sounds.
Can't wait for what?
What? Huh?
Hi, Matthew. How are you? Thank you guys for the subs. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follows, friends. Welcome in.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before
right.
the investigation.
Looks like they left in a hurry.
All right.
Here must have summoned the ghost with a curse.
Hey, Doc, look at the counter area.
Did you hear that? They summoned the ghost. Look at the counter. Don't you? I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking at the counter.
It's rising to attention.
It's excited.
It also loves that show.
Come on in. Okay.
Come on in. Water's fine. Ladarsa, hello.
T787, Elizabeth JC. It never sound as below 25%. Get the ghost to grow to firelight and capture 2 unique paranormal sounds. The sound recorder.
All right.
That sounds like a you thing.
Oh, okay. Listen, I don't mind being told what to do. I'm down. 2 unique
All
sounds.
right.
You got
locate.
it, boss.
Yeah, go locate the ghost. I'm gonna walk around and do important things. That's how we do.
What kind of important things?
Well, I need to check to the meat temperatures. All right, okay, let's go. Let's hunt a ghost.
How much do you get paid for that position? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, I get to handle all the. Oh,
Get to handle the
I'm
meat.
just
That's
not gonna-
payment enough. All right.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right.
I
Good.
landed the plane. I figured that's. Oh, hey, look, a boat.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, nice.
Hey, can you get the power? Thanks. Oh man. Watch some Dusty's Trail. You got it.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's Trail. Oh, Dusty's Trail.
Dusty's
Did you do that?
A stage and a
Yeah, that was me.
wagon ahead and
Oh, okay.
part of
Dusty's
a wagon train
Trail.
lost from the rest. Dusty
I stepped on a rattlesnake and hurt my foot, and I was all like what, and I was dying of poison, and then a tumbleweed.
I hurt my back.
And I was like, oh man.
Oh, there's a crack.
but they don't seem to mind.
We can do our own song. How do we upload that to the game?
Lyrical gangsters.
Oh god. Don't say that. Great Doc impression. Thank you. Oh hey.
Oh, it's an Ouija board. What? Do you
How
have
old are
plans
you?
for this Ouija board? Oh, okay. Yes, you do.
Goodbye. That was it.
54. 54.
You said it needed to get 2 sounds, so there's one. Dusty's Trail. I've heard nothing from the ghost though.
It's 13 degrees in this hallway.
What about in here?
Oh, it's 9.1 degrees in this. 7.7
Ooh,
precisely
there's a sound of the extra mover. I'll
7.8.
be back. The ghost made the same sound as you if you listen to the recording.
Wait, it went.
Yeah, it did. Go listen to the recording.
All right, hold on.
Go to media. Go to sounds. You both went. Oh, hey, the picture's down there. Okay. you take a video?
We're a rap duo.
Can you take a video of using all the different cursed objects? You can't do a video. You can't do a video of all of them. Like, you can't do a video of like the voodoo doll, but you can do a video of the Ouija board, the planchette moving. Ghost, are you actually in here? Amy, thank you for the follow. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Rogue, thank you for the sub. Wait, fuck, I'll do this. Where are you?
Taken away.
Oh. Where are you?
The far reach.
That's how we do it right there. Hey, we have spirit box. My sounds
hi.
are done. Job's done. I'm going home. Bye.
Oh, wait. Got spirit box, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here. There we go. Had no idea you could. Yeah, you can get a photo, a video, and audio of the Ouija board, which is awesome. Yeah, take it away.
I guess I'll just go put the book in the room then.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm going to bring you a crucifix so you can stay alive longer.
I'm not afraid, FlashForce. I've got you to keep me.
Why'd that cut off?
Don't worry, it's all gonna be.
Okay. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great. Everything's great.
What the? Oh, get out of here. Famous last words. No, it's okay. Pretty rough, and they don't seem to mind. Well, it's not gonna write in the book.
And what makes you say that, sir?
Cause it shrew it.
What a complete mother. Illiterate
Jesus. I'm like trying to adjust the DP got reset again.
rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout. Speaking of rainbow trout, have you ever watched Dusty's Trail?
I have not watched Dusty's Trail, but I've heard the theme song once or twice.
It's good stuff. All right. No UV and no freezing from what I can tell, sir. I'm gonna go turn off Dusty.
Roger that.
Roland's mighty rough and they
I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some dudes and a camera.
It's California.
On Dusty Trail. I'm gonna keep this smudge on me.
Here we go again on Dusty's Trail. Dusty's Trail. Dusty's Trail.
Why do we need to go by Dusty's Trail? We have Dusty's Trail at home.
Here we go again, riding Dusty's snail. Dusty's snail. Dusty's snail.
Oh my god. Dusty's Snail. Roger that. Hey, are you putting dots down?
I'm putting them up.
Oh. Oh. Hey, Roman. No, you're good. This is our first game. No, you're not late at all. I'm going to watch it from the truck, see if we get any dude's keys.
Roger that.
I prefer Umentari's Trail. Hi, Halogen. Not seeing any dude skis.
Okay, well, if there are no dude skis, then obviously...
It's going to be EMF 5. How much are you going to bet?
Wait, we do have EMF 5?
No. I'm saying it's probably going to be EMF 5. I haven't heard much.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, I'm going to grab a smudge
All right, I got one too.
for ghost defense purposes. And now we're going to
Love
go
the mug.
in
I
and
love
we're
it
going
too.
to figure out what this ghost is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going the back way.
Roger that. Hey, if you find my spirit box, I put it somewhere. I don't know where it is. If you can pick it up for me, that'd be...
Nope, can't seem to find it. Can I get like stuck somewhere?
I didn't pick up a lighter, so I'm gonna go back to the van.
Probably a good idea.
I mean, you know, like I'm not like a FlashForce and always remember my lighter no matter what, you know? Not like FlashForce.
Oh, you can get it. Okay.
You know, like remembering the lighter.
Hey, while you're out here, if you could, if you could find my spirit box, that'd be great, man. I appreciate it. I can't seem to find it.
Okay, I'm on it.
Thank you. Oh, I kicked the power. Ghosty, are you still here? Hello? Dusty would never forget his lighter. Absolutely not.
Is it in here? It's not in here. What did you do?
it's outside.
It's not over here. It's like...
Hey, did you find it yet?
I got really scared. I'm outside and my
You're
flashlight
out here.
started
What are
going.
you scared for? Yep. They seem louder than me. He seems louder than me. Does he? Anywho. So it evented on me in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah, is it still in here?
We got 2.3 degrees, 3.0 degrees, and 3.1 degrees. 3.0 degrees.
I'm quiet.
Precisely
Am I quiet
1.8
overall?
degrees in here.
Check.
It's
check.
unstable. The temperature. Oh.
Oh, sorry,
Oh my.
really had to go.
Okay. Just find a potted plant. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey! Oh.
Seems louder than me. Okay.
Reggie?
Reggie.
Like Scoob.
I already got all three sounds. We need videos. We need photos. We're falling apart.
Okay,
I turned my mic up a little bit, so hopefully that helps. I didn't want it to be like overbearing. Pirate, welcome in, by the way. Hey, eat the crucifix again, because we hate you. Sounds fine. Yeah, usually when I'm watching the clips back and stuff, they seem fine too. Usually. Sounds good. Okay. And a 1, and a 2, and a... Is today perfect run day? I mean, maybe. I think we're just going to play it by ear.
I got a camera.
What's up? Just play it by ear. See how it goes. This is Nightmare. For right now, we might change it up. Okay, would you shut up? I don't know what the second evidence is supposed to be, because we're not getting it.
I don't know either. Ah! Ah! Ah!
That's a pie. I am fairly certain we had an EMF 5, sir. Yep, 100%. Yeah, he probably deserved it. Where's his corpse? I'm gonna go take advantage. I mean, take a picture of it. What? Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey. I'm the loogie guy, remember?
That's embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Ah!
Oh my god. Well, she said hello. I might need to go get another smudge.
Okay, roger that. Wait, here, take this one.
Okay.
Stay alive. I'll be right back.
Okay. God damn it.
Alright, so just so you're aware, I took a picture, and its value is around $0. So if you want to go ahead and delete that one, you can.
Twins? That's slow. I think it might be twins.
Twins, you say?
That sounded slow, sir. She agrees. Hey, did you take the photo? Doc, did you take the photo? Oh, your photo camera's right there.
Yeah, that's around where I dropped it when I was scared a little bit ago.
We just need to record all of his screams.
You know what? I don't know about you, but I really hear the sounds of squirty cream right now. Do you hear squirty cream?
Yeah, I was gonna go turn it off, and then she started hunting again.
Okay.
Okay, we can. Okay, give me the photo camera. Give me this.
Here's a smudge.
I don't know. I've already got a smudge. That count? Burn Cruci, EMF, video camera. No! I turned off the camera, son of a bitch.
Behold my squirty cream!
it's here for the squirty cream.
What are you gonna do, Ghost? Huh? What are you gonna do? You haven't had someone manipulate your squirty cream quite like this, have you?
I'm gonna say probably not.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna turn off the squirty cream.
All right.
It's just not worth it.
It's probably not worth it. I agree.
Yeah.
That's not the smudge you usually see. What do you mean?
So you're thinking it's twins?
I do think it's twinsies. Sounds fast. Let's see. I think it's twins. We need 2 photos, which could be a bone. We need 2 videos. What are you doing? Just gonna say hi.
All right, I'm gonna go say hi. Hi! Oh, man.
Well, I don't think I wanted to say
loser.
hi to you.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go say hi. No, you're not.
Like high school all over again.
Oh, that's sad. Oh. All right. Wait.
Yes.
We need how many photos? We need 2 more photos. Oh wait. I'm gonna go take a picture of the bone.
All right, do that.
Oh yeah, in the board.
I'm just gonna protect you. I got your back.
You all right? I have no protection items. It's a vent. How do you feel?
Sucks, man. Like, for real. Oh my God! Wow!
Well, that sucks. Sad trombone.
Flash, I'm gonna throw you some Navy SEAL signals so you know what to do.
Okay. Hey, Vane, how are you? Oh my God. You can't fool me, Doc. Doc? Oh, the TV's off. Okay, we're good. I don't think he's gonna. Doc, do you need Navy SEAL signals? You know, the perfect game just doesn't feel right trying to do it. Pick up his body for insurance. What the hell? Why is it so aggressive? That's Doc. It's not the ghost, it's Doc. Coming back for revenge. Do this. You know what? It doesn't feel right going for the perfect game without you here, Doc. Read him his will. Oh my God. All right. I did forget to do a thing though. So let me do this real fast. Do this. Go there. Go there. Do that. There. Go there. There. Go there. Should work. We get to read his will. There we go. All right. Make sure you got twins marked, Mr. Dog. Miss you. And it's a Ouija board. We can't even attempt to bring him back, which is super sad. But it is what it is. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Watch it be a mimic. Well, that's going to be really tough for it to be a mimic with the EMF5. If it's a mimic, then the game is quite literally broken.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh, it's the twins. Awesome.
Let's see. Yeah, you know, yeah.
Well, listen. I mean, as the expression goes, you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. And I'm just a little egg. Just a little egg. Got a little broken.
I'm just
I have to do a hot sauce.
Just a little egg in this omelet of life.
Yeah.
Hi, Dorito.
Little egg in the omelet of life. Hold on, I gotta do a hot sauce.
All right. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. Capri, Pavement, hello. Stardan, hello. Amy, welcome in.
Do you not want to hear this? Do you want me to leave
No,
this
how about
off
this?
so
You
can't
can
hear
do it. You can do it. I'll just stand over here.
All right, roger that.
Yeah, you're good. You deal with your punishment. Swirly, welcome in. Finally catch a stream. Hey, Jenny. Kerrigan, hello. Dorito, hello, friend. Doc is currently doing a hot chip because he got by the ghost. Eggs sound good for lunch. Eggs are always good.
On my lap. No.
The ultimate punishment. Does he have a server? You'd have to go check out with his content, friend.
We'd have a real problem. Okay, let's try this again.
How much money do you have with all the time I'm playing? 1.4 million. He's doing the hot chip, yeah. Hey, Caitlin. Hi, friend. Thank you for the daily heart me. Hello. Am I doing hot chips? I'm not doing hot chips. No. I'd be willing to do like Bean Boozled or something. I've got that behind me. You okay? You okay, big guy?
Yep.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm learning.
Please describe what it is that you're learning.
Pain.
Reclusive Ruth, thank you for the dono, friendo. Pain.
Hold on. Yeah.
You're not going to get the hiccups, are you?
No. I'm looking into the face of the all-knowing beings of the universe.
Soda's only happening one way.
And they look
that's not
disappointed.
Even a guarantee.
Ah!
I tell you what, for all your pain and suffering that your mouth/crotch just went through, why don't you pick what map we're gonna go to?
Yes. Okay, well, what map is a pain in the mouth and a pain in the crotch?
That's a different answer for everybody. I think it's very subjective.
All right, well, there we go.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Mouth/crotch pain. Roger that. High school. Yeah, that. Prison. Same thing. Does Faz have a stat tracker? No. That'd be really cool. They don't allow the API to get pulled by anybody, so you can't pull information like that.
Reports of a cursed object nearby. This must be the reason that the ghost was
Come
summoned here.
on. I'm looking for bonus orbs right
May
now.
be able to use it to your advantage.
Thought he was going to do brownstone. Fair enough. Yeah, I thought he was
Okay,
too.
here we go. Oh, what a name. What a name.
What is the name?
All right, here we are.
Oh.
J788 for me. Sophie Dyer! The video for Ghost Frenzy and the Ghost using incensuses captured 2 unique paranormal sounds.
Sounded so excited.
Cyberco.
You sound very excited with that name. Sophie Dyer. Oh, I haven't seen you in forever.
Sophie! Oh my God! Remember when you got ran over by that bus? That was awesome. All right, let's do this.
Oh my God. Sophie, you goonie!
Andy! You goonie!
Gets you every
Roy!
time. All right, I
You
see.
touch that mirror again, I swear to God, I'm gonna smack you right in the face. Okay.
Oh my God. Weezing, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you guys for the follows.
Let's get
oh
this.
My
God. I have a flashlight. Let's get.
He's still loud for
All right, there
you?
we go.
What?
I am equipped and ready.
Like this?
Are you
okay,
equipped
so-
and ready, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
Now I am.
We're going to the prison. Now. Heading to a jail cell.
Looking for a prisoner.
Oh, no. And maybe the warden.
Talk's fine for me. That's just because I built a tolerance up for the energy. Hey, which way you going there, sir? Thought I saw breath for a second. All right. He's going to the... I think there's something wrong where, like, I can't hear you when I have the parabolic up, but I'm going to go to the B wing.
I went left.
Roger that. My TV and my phone is not too loud. Oh.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Looks good. So we know that that was the game because I'm still here. We were having the same problems with that yesterday. Oh, great. So that means the servers are having problems. Fun. That's a blasty blast. Elaine, thank you for the 8 months. Hello, friend. Early release for good behavior. I might restart if I have to. Okay. Maybe it's fine.
Asking for help.
Maybe. Game did not want Doc on that map. No, we could try again though. I feel like we cheated. Okay, we'll try again. Nessa, thank you for the 7 months. He got disconnected as well. Yeah, that means there was a server hiccup. Yeah. That's great. Someone said, "Oh, early release for good behavior." It's like, I guess. I don't game wasn't having it. Doc? I can't hear you, by the way.
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I didn't make any mouth sounds or nothing. And the next thing I know, I've been disconnected.
There's the mouth sounds. Gabe said, ugh, get out of here.
Hate that guy.
I hate that guy.
Mouth sounds.
Good
you,
morrow.
mouth sounds guy. Hey, I'm back. Good morrow.
I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
All right, I am ready.
All right. Let's try this again.
Prison,
Yeah?
take 2. Oh, yeah.
Had it yesterday when you were in Bleasdale. The game just kicked you out. Yeah, if you still have internet when that happens, it's the server having a hiccup.
The ghost here seems to be
All
linked to a
right.
cursed object.
What if it was Sophie Dyer again?
Maybe using it will help your investigation.
Oh, that's not Sophie Dyer.
Sophie Dyer, it is Vlad, it is Luke, man. Prevent the ghost running with a crucifix, detect the ghost presence with a
Who's
motion
that
sensor,
too?
capture 3
Yeah.
unique videos of the video cam.
Easy.
Easy. You guys just got released. Why'd you go back? Because we missed it.
All right, stuff.
We missed
things.
prison
Let's
so
go.
much. Death Star, think of the heartbeat. You hate this map? When I'm with others, I don't mind prison. When it's solo, you know, it's not my favorite. That's for sure. All right. Well, hopefully this is okay. Grumpy, thank you for the 9 months. Oh, it's a baby. You better name it. Unless we just name it whatever ghost I currently have, which, by the way, the baby's name is Luke. Death Star, I'm good. What do we got? The paw.
Oh. Sorry, sir. Could you
Did you just
go
did you
ahead
curse
and-
at me for no
and-
reason?
can you just empty your belongings into the bin and then come back?
Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Am I good?
Okay, just walk on through.
Okay.
Sir.
Oh gosh.
Oh
dang
my
it.
God. All right. Wait. No.
Hold on. No, I had my lighter. I had a lighter. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay. All right.
All right.
Gotcha.
Try it again.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Wait. Just stand. Can you come over here, please, sir?
Yes.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let me just do a little scan here. Okay.
Okay, all right. Do they usually use sonar when they're trying to figure out what somebody has?
Sir. All right.
Oh my god. I hate it here.
I'm going left.
Roger that. You never checked inside my anus. Oh crap. Oh crap.
Seems like a
Oh
request.
crap.
I'm back.
Run.
I'm back for more.
Oh no. He's on the way.
I got my gloves ready.
No. Why does it go up to your elbow?
Gotta be through.
Gross. Kay's welcome in.
I'm gonna turn you into a sock puppet, boy.
Ew.
Sorry, that was a lot.
That was a lot. I was just gonna kind of just let it go, let it slide on this one. Okay, bad choice of words. I was going to let it go. All right.
Power is not in this cell block.
Power's also not in this cell block.
Perhaps it is not in any block at all.
Indubitably. The ghost might be upstairs B block. Hold on, I'm gonna go check it out.
Wait, was that the block I was just in?
No, you're in the A block. I'm in the B. The B is to the right.
Okay.
It's either here or it's over there.
I believe it's pronounced block, by the way.
No, if you look above the doors, they're trying to scare you. Boo.
Boo block?
Yeah, or boo, you know, with the letter after A. Yeah, I see my breath over here, upstairs, B block.
Roger that. I'm on my way. Don't worry, Flash. I'm gonna. I'll protect you.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna keep this downstairs. I'll leave the EMF there, though. Alyssa, thank you for the heart me and the good popular. Hello. The ghost has not made a single noise, though. Not one. No door touch. The ghost is doing nothing. I only know that it's there because I heard it through the parabolic, and then I saw my breath upstairs.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go check it out.
All right, I trust you.
Just do me a favor.
Yeah.
If I don't get out of this alive, just roll me out in front of the building and put my body in the dumpster.
Oh. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, send my remains to those who care about me. And then I was
Probably not worth it.
like, yeah, probably not.
All right. That's fair. Expecting the ghost to be a jerky man. Its name is Luke.
Here's confirmed.
What is confirmed?
Confirm? Wait, did you already confirm it?
Confirm what?
Freezing temperatures.
No, I didn't have a thermo.
Well, I'm here right now to confirm for you. We got freezing temperatures.
Leo. Famous final words, yeah. Tips for level 35 to make money and level up. Yeah, play the game at the highest difficulty you can comfortably, and then just keep doing a higher difficulty whenever you can. Yep. It's my best suggestion for you. Don't try to cheat the system and try to do super high multipliers where you can get it easily, because you're not going to learn anything. I'll bring this outside. Potential prison shade. It's not doing a lot right now, which sucks. Alyssa, hello. Oh, I had both parabolics. Oh.
Which door? This door?
This one, over here. This one.
Oh, yeah. I get a little messed up.
Any explanation as to why these locations are actually haunted? Yeah, because there's a ghosty there.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants, going on the roundabout way. Nice.
Yeah, that's the reason that there's a bone, and that's the reason it's haunted, because someone passed away. What is my opinion on the weekly? Which weekly? Your voice is synced up, but Doc's isn't. What do you mean?
All right. Look,
you can't see his face on screen.
Communication device secure.
What?
Confidence.
Confidence. Confidence. I feel like a smudge is the way to go here. Yeah. The do as I command weekly is fine. I've posted already. The video's already live for it. Yeah. Raising the roof. I think my sub streak restarted, but we both know what's real in our hearts. Oh, friend, thank you for this. Hey, it's hunting, by the way.
Oh, crap.
Hey, Kier, welcome in. Are they trying to watch both at the same time? I guess. I'm a little confused as to what they're trying to do. That's not. Hey, at any point did you actually get into the B block?
I did not make it to B block. I was too scared.
No. That's good information.
Well, thank you. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
That is a doc you heard. Is it speeding up? All right, it's done, sir. I'm gonna go try to find the power before I go do all that noise. Actually, let's do this. So I think Ghosty might be a not normal speed Ghosty. That sounded a little bit fast.
Fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Possible twinage.
if it's a fast. Really? So you think we're going with a quad? We're getting quads today?
Maybe.
Ah.
Obambo?
Well, there's only one way to be sure.
No. So, Demon. I mean, maybe a Moroi. Like these are different speeds. I don't know if it was speeding up a line of sight or not. No. Those are our ghosties. Doc lived. He did. He's a morphic. Hello. What's up, bully? Oh, it's speeding up. Doc, do you have a smudge?
It's a little fast! It's a little fast! Run, FlashForce! Run for existence! It's a little fast!
Oh, shit. I think twins. It's a little fast. I think it's twins. Did you hear those? Did you hear those throws? You know what we're gonna do though? Where is he? Just a tad quick. Just a touch. Where is he? Where's his corpse? You think he's over there? Or you think he's over here? Oh my god. I wish for life. Worth it! For the greater good. Oh, sevens. For the greater good. Ads are about to play, by the way, friends. Heads up. Normally when I'm playing solo, I'll stop play for the ads, but whenever we're playing multiplayer, it's really difficult to do that. No regrets. I'm going outside so I can come back inside and hear him better. There we go. It's worth it. He's beep cursing. That's okay. I still feel like it's twins. He's lost.
I'm really sorry you died, FlashForce.
It's okay.
I feel a little responsible.
No, I could have not done that. I chose that. I'll bring some coffee. I'm gonna bring him some coffee. Oh, must be hunting. It's not gonna get anywhere near him. There's no way. Can he wish you back? No, every wish can only be wished one time. So you can only wish for life once. You can only wish for safety once. You can only wish to change the weather once. But that's just once around. Yeah. Rotten Feet, thank you for the 12 months, homie. Oh my god. Twice in a row. Yeah. Listen, I'll take twins over like Ure or Goryo or any of that junk any day of the week. Go, Doc, go. Floor it, Doc, floor it. Crystal, thank you for the 11 months. Almost a year. All right, I'll bring him a coffee. Doc, there's your coffee.
Flash, I'm gonna go ahead and, it's a cup. I'm gonna go ahead and call this twins after all of the successful investigating I was doing. I don't know if that's right,
I think it is. He was the one that got freezing
I miss
temps.
you.
To be fair to
I
him.
miss you, buddy.
I miss you too. I don't know what's going on. Wraiths have recently become your least favorite, most died to. Oh no, I love Wraiths.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Thought so.
It's the twins, Flash.
Roger that.
Flash, it's the twins. Thank you for bringing me back to life.
You're welcome, sir. Fishy buns. My sub can legally drink. Oh, we're treating them like they're we're treating it like they're years old. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It was a quad today. We got quads.
We did get quads.
Yeah, all the
The
quad.
Quadfather. Yeah. Sorry, my kids' TV shows. It's stupid. Hey, Cap, how are you?
Your kids' TV shows. I made I made a new song
Ricky,
about
Dicky,
how my.
Dawn, Vaughn, whatever the name is. What?
Wait, what? Can you say that again? What was it?
No, continue. You were saying?
No,
Ricky,
you
Ricky,
distinctly
Dicky,
said
Ricky, Dicky.
Ricky. You said
whatever,
Ricky
forget
Dicky
the show.
Don Von. Who's Ricky Dicky Don Von?
I forget the actual names. Like
Ricky, Dicky, Don Von.
Nikki, and Dawn, maybe? Is that it? I don't know.
Oh, that's a bunch of people. I thought that was one person's name.
No, it's a show.
Oh.
There were 4 kids. Yeah. They were quads.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Ricky Dicky Donvan. Welcome to my menagerie of happiness. Behold my Ricky Dicky Donvaniousness.
my Ricky Dicky.
Ricky Dicky what? Okay.
Ricky Dicky Don.
Uh,
All right, we're going to Edgefield.
well, that didn't go so well. All right, Edgefield sounds great.
You know, we were trying to punish ourselves with prison. I don't know why we did. I don't really remember why, but it's okay.
Yeah, what idiot chose that, man? Oh, I gotta do a hot sauce.
Yeah. Wow, dude, what kind of a moron, Joe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Nikki, Ricky, Dicky, and oh, there you go. That's the name of it. Yeah. I couldn't remember the name. Amy, thank you for the prime. What was the ghost? It was twins.
New intel. Reports
Yeah.
of light switching.
As expected, I thought it was
Totally
twins.
harmless, but be careful out there.
Totally harmless, but be careful. Hey, Pasty Man, how are you? All right, we go in there. I'm going to do audio. I'm going to find it fast. So I'm going to do this. It's going to blow. Is that yummy? Dear Slayer, thank you for the daily heart me, dude. Boner in the laundry.
Is there a bottle of water in the van?
Is there a bottle of water in the what?
A bottle of water in the van?
No, there might be some milk.
Oh, that would be
Just make kids watch classic cartoons? We do. They watch classic cartoons, they watch classic TV shows, they watch old movies, all kinds of stuff. Shit, just earlier today, they were watching original Full House. Ghost.
I'm definitely gonna try to live this time.
Hey, Larod, how are you? I have no idea where it is. I'm just walking around until it does stuff.
Oh. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Reason I have Paramount Plus for the old Nickelodeon? Hell yeah. God, don't play Vaz. Nice. Oh, original Full House is significantly better.
How are those beans going down, Flash? I like that you're sharing this experience with me.
I haven't had one yet. I need to turn that peak thing off. By the way.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can if you want. Okay.
How do we get drops and rewards on Faz for watching? Whenever they have drops enabled, which they don't right now. Oh, Nanor.
Oh.
I heard Nanor. Was that this over here?
It was.
Aha. Right where the bone is, you know.
Hey,
Wherever
there's
you
a
find the
bone.
bone,
Yeah,
that's where the
yeah.
ghost room is. Thank you, Mayor.
I thought that for the longest time. I'm like, wow,
to
this
be
game's
fair,
easy.
there's a lot of myths that a lot of things were spread with, you know?
Butter knives, trowels.
That's not what I mean.
Okay.
God damn it. Having issues. If you're having issues talking in the game, I would go to the Faz server and let them know you're having an issue because there's a really good chance they would be able to help. Yeah. You have a question, but you feel like I'm going to say no because you're going to ask me if I want to play, but today's not a viewer day, so I'm going to say no. Go ahead. What's your
We no
question?
longer have water.
Hey, Sid. What's up, dude? It's a bona fide. Oh my god. Do that. Do this. How'd you know? Crazy. Does the bone spawn randomly? It is 100% random. Wait, a what?
confirmed.
When is viewer day? If we hit the monthly goal, then the viewer day is usually within like on the Twitch side. Then the viewer day is usually like the first week-ish. I try to make it the first week of the following month. Where did I put... Oh, I threw it at the front door. I'm an idiot. That son of a bitch. You're doing great.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
You too, you too.
No, oh, thank you. No, I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Did I just... Oh, there was a sound and it went away.
I don't know what it was I just recorded, but I recorded something. Oh, it's a ghost? Wait, is that a
Orbeez.
ghost orb?
Yes.
Ah!
Are the Orbeez in the laundry or are they in the kitchen?
It's right in here. It's right in front of your face.
Oh, what the crumbs? All right. I'll bring all this stuff in here then. Ka-chow.
Okay.
And you said we had Spirit Box?
Yeah.
Where are you?
It's Orange White.
Roger that. What is my favorite ghost? Oh, Mimic for sure. 1,000,000% always. Teddy,
Just
thank you for the
egg,
follow.
Just in case. For
Addicts are
science.
welcome in. Woo. All right, no UV. Turn that off. Blow the firelight out.
You're doing great in there. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Nice.
You like
Hey,
that?
can you do that like? Can you do that like MC Hammer? Like, oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh no, I've already recorded that. Shit. Was that wait, MC Hammer?
You know how he does like the crouch and then he walks from side to side, like it's like a semi-crouch. Get those just dum 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 dum.
Can't touch this.
Dum 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 dum. Say it again. Say it again.
Wait. Can't touch this. I've never felt so white in my life.
You're doing great.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, I can record that. I'll take it. Hey-o. We can also do a picture of that. We can also do a picture of the EMFer going off.
Did you take
We
a
can
picture?
also do a photo of that guy. We can also do a video of that guy. And then what we can do is we can go over here, grab this audio recorder, and then stand over here and get away from the firelight.
Hey, here we are. Hi.
Got the recording.
I can see your
There we go.
insides.
Oh my gosh. I hope you're talking to the ghost.
Ah! It disapproves. Ah! It's disapproving!
Jeez.
Wow.
We're on Nightmare. Yeah. We're on Nightmare. Caroline, welcome in. Teddy, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's getting awfully spicy in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a lighter now.
That's probably a good idea. All right. Oh, you didn't have a lighter before.
Yeah.
All right. We have one more photo to get, which could be a ghosty, but we need a bunch of videos.
All right, so do you already know what the ghost is, or is this a case where
I have no idea. We have,
All right,
we have
well,
spirit box and
narrowed it-
orbs, right?
Yeah, so we gotta check for the UVs, right?
I checked earlier. I didn't see UVs, so I don't think it's a mimic.
Okay, so it's a Dayan, a mare, an Onryo, or a yokai.
Well, it can't be a Dayan
So-
because we have a male ghost, so it's either a mare, an Onryo, or
All right.
a yokai.
All right, so it's dude. Okay, it's dude.
Yeah, he's a dude.
All right.
She's the dude. Yikers!
Wow.
That's hot.
That was very. Yeah, it is. It's aggressive.
That is aggressive.
Maybe we need to find a different way to communicate with it. Oh God.
How do you want
All
to
right,
do
well,
that?
no UV still. Well, maybe sing it some George Michael or.
Preference on song?
I bet chat would love to hear you sing some Kara's Whisper. Flash. Kara's careless whisper.
But chat would love a good old round of careless whispers.
A little careless.
Wait, do I already have Shadow? Nope.
I'm never gonna dance again. Wait a minute, that was a. Wait a minute. Was it that same? Oh, wait a minute. I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
Could've sworn-
I'm really rolling the media
I
today.
could've sworn
Holy
it was
shit.
the girl before, but I guess it's.
No.
It's
No. We had Sophie Dyer on the prison. On prison.
not. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey, Crimson Claw.
All these games, they sort of
Look
run
at this,
together.
I
after a while.
just. All right, it's gonna bite the crucifix one more time, okay? It's gonna take this and it's gonna throw its burnt crucifix right in your face. All right,
Toss it to me. I'll catch.
ready? I want you to catch it. Let's try this. I've never tried this before, okay? It's gonna
All
burn
right,
it.
here we go.
And then I want you to catch it.
All right. Wait. Practice run.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, catch.
Yep.
It might have eaten that. It might have eaten that midair. I haven't had that happen in a long time. Oh, wow.
That was impressive.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna go find. Wait, power's downstairs. Yeah, so I think there's been one other time in my almost 4,000 hours of this game where the ghost has eaten the crucifix midair. Oh, they're all normal speed. Does it work as a hiding spot? It works to break line of sight with the ghost. Yeah, so the ghost can't see through doors. So I can do this. Now, if it touches the door and opens it, I'm done for. Doc?
I'm alive!
Yeah!
You're
Coming at yeah! All right. Wait a minute. Did it? Wait. What do we have? Onryo Mariokai? Ooh, spicy. I'm gonna get more firelights.
Roger that. I'm gonna stand in here and intimidate the ghost.
Yeah, you tell that booger. Hey, do you need a smudge?
Got one right in my hand, good buddy.
All right, I threw another one inside in case you need backup.
Roger.
You're doing great. Wonder if I could like do an Onryo test outside of the map with a firelight. Like, what if the ghost blows the firelight out while I'm out here and then does it twice within 20 seconds? And then I know it's an Onryo. I wonder if that's possible. Come down, blow this out. Come on. Damn. Damn. What is the difference between a hiding spot and a break line of sight? So the difference between the two, technically a hiding spot is something that can be blocked because the game considers it a hiding spot. Have you tried? Well, there's nothing I can do. I have to wait for the ghost to decide to do it. I can't force it.
You okay there, guy?
Yeah, doing good there, old buddy, old pal.
Roger.
Holy Christmas! Well,
I think it's trying to communicate.
what's it trying to say?
Don't know. Probably something like.
I think it wants you to F the shoes.
All right, consider him effed. Here we go. F a shoe. F a shoe. Sing it. F a shoe. F a shoe. Wick wick. F a shoe. F a shoe. F a shoe. F the shoe. Hey, what? No. Ah!
It's a yokai. It was standing right there and it did not come to me. We have a new F the Shoe song from Doc. Hey, Top. Yeah, it wanted me to play ball. Let me see the distance here. No! I hope he's dead.
Whoa! That's not how it goes.
It's a joke. I was talking about the ghost.
Okay.
I hope
okay.
he's dead, not you. Don't be rude.
Oh. Ah!
Run, run, run. Smudging, smudging, smudging. Oh, going back up. Listen, this is a joke. Relax. Tom, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate you, friends. Hey, Kunal, what's up? I don't think so. Wait, what am I missing? What did I miss? Ghost wants to say hi. Are we okay? Yeah, we're good. Mr. Doc, I'm pretty convinced this is a yokai.
Yeah, it seems like every time we talk, it's getting a little ornery.
It is getting ornery.
Getting ornery?
It is.
If you're a yokai, you know.
Silent. Thank you for the biddies. Any Game with Doc is a great game. This is Factuals, friend. All right, is that everything? Photos, videos, audios. We got the bone. Pretty sure I know what the ghosty is. Doc, you okay?
Yep. On my way.
All right, just make sure it doesn't hunt when you're on your way down, okay? Doc, I swear.
You gotta have a little bit more faith, okay? A little more faith.
All right,
in my
roger
abilities.
that.
Rude. Now, before I leave this map, I
Okay.
just want to take this moment to say that I really, really appreciate your friendship. You've
I appreciate your friendship too. You know it's in the living room, right?
It can wait. I'm expounding on our friendship.
Okay. Sorry. Please continue.
Well, all right. Where was I? Okay. FlashForce. You're just great. You know, you're basically the wind beneath my wings.
If I was wind beneath your wings and I had like a miles per hour, like how fast would it be? Just an event. It's okay. It's just an event. It just wants to cooperate. It wants to come in.
All right.
It's really rude that it's interrupting this, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, well, it can't be measured in miles per hour. It can be measured in knots.
Oh, okay.
And Flash, your friendship to me is probably somewhere between 100 and 126 knots. Knots worth of friendship. And I
Holy
think that's
smokes. It's pretty good. Buy us 90 seconds from right there. Who didn't see that coming? Still understand the distance for my long sound when hunting. What? I don't know how to respond to that. It's great conversation. You know, you've got to be able to take time. They're even in the middle of possible life or death situations to have serious conversation. And I think Doc
I believe
was,
it's for real.
yeah, he's probably for real this time. Yeah, you better keep walking here.
Keep walking, all right? Keep walking.
Coast does not like friendship. Not at all. Keep walking over here. Rod, thank you for the sub. Welcome in.
Hey, kid, go grab me a cannoli. Keep walking.
You really gotta stop smoking, Grandpa. Yeah, shut up over here.
Yeah. Jimmy, go get me a cotton. Keep walking.
Of milk? You know what to get out of here. All right, yokai it is. We should have everything.
Roger that. I am ready. I am circled. I am prepared.
All right, how ready are you on a nautical level?
Well, I'm prepared to say
Me too.
Welcome back. There's some jobs
I
ready
like
for
it.
you.
Woo! It's going nuts there with the
All
media.
right.
I like it.
Ghost dollars. Let's go.
So many dollars for the ghost. Hey, can you disable your equip monks so that I can provide?
I
It's the game's
can.
fault.
I mean,
It's the game's fault. It automatically like loaded the stuff in.
I just want to say, I mean, I brought this equipment for us to share.
Why
you know,
doesn't it
like,
say
we
perfect
can both share it,
investigation?
and I just feel like my equipment has been rebuffed. You've rebuffed my equipment.
I'd really not like to talk about that in public. Listen,
about your rebuffing of my
hey,
equipment.
$5 is $5. I need you to stop judging me.
Oh, wow. All right. Okay. Done and done.
All right, you choose.
Bleasdale.
All right. Do you guys get that?
My God.
Fine. Oh, had to have everybody unequip their loadout. Yeah, it's whoever loads in first. That's who it loads the equipment for.
Before starting the investigation.
All right, I don't see any outside orbicals. That's okay.
Keith, why the ever off? I'm talking.
Doc,
Summoned here. Take a look.
this is case number 11,000 for me.
Oh, let's go! We need to celebrate this in some way. How can we celebrate this momentous occasion?
I don't know. Can you like throw confetti in the air real fast? All right. No, I don't think that's working. What if you just like go to the middle here and then like aggressively look up and then I'll pretend to throw confetti in there.
Oh, do you want to? I'll make some confetti sounds. Okay.
All right. I gotta be honest. It sounds like some old guy having a really hard time like through a walkie-talkie. It doesn't sound like confetti.
Okay. Listen. All right. Why don't you try to make a confetti sound? And you can see how difficult it actually is, because it isn't that easy.
Hold on, wait. I got it. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah. I know what's coming.
Perfect. All right. Oh, you could do.
Yes.
Wait. You didn't actually do the spiel.
I oh my God, I'm still on radio voice.
Yes, you are.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Anyway, Becky, prepare me go for things and while chasing someone. I'm a member of the team escaped the ghost during a hunt and cleanse the area and the ghost using incenses.
Roger that.
Okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
Easy.
Breezy.
God, it's a mess in here. Are you kidding me?
Damn kids. All right, I'm gonna do parabolic. Actually, I think that's the way to go. Danielle, thank you. Boss, hello. Best interpretive dance I've ever seen.
Okay, 6, 7.
I hate it here so much. Wait, where was that? It just threw a picture frame down on the stairs.
Roger that. It hates art.
It is swine. All right, moving on. What? Pull! Is the power upstairs? Was it? Was the power in that back room?
Yes. Wait, no, I don't remember. I gotta go check again.
I'll grab Josie on the way out.
Okay, it must have been a dream I had. There's evidently no power back here.
All right, roger that. No, it's not laundry. It's up here. He was just losing his mind. It's okay. It's fine. There we go. I can hear him in the truck from here, but I can't hear an EMF 5. Through the parabolic, I mean. Does that make sense? Danielle, welcome in. Hyper, thank you for the 7 months. Doing great, sweetie.
Thank you.
All right. I threw that picture frame. Do you think it's upstairs hallway?
Landing area.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't hear a word you just said. I'm coming up. What'd you say? I'm sorry. Parabolic is being stupid.
I've got a thermometer though.
No, I know. No, I couldn't hear you because the parabolic like literally muted all voice, so I turned it off.
Because I have a thermometer. It's 7.7 degrees on the landing here.
What is it?
8.1.
What is it over here? But he has a thermometer.
9.2, 9.1.
Okay, so it's probably upstairs. Roger that.
I'm assuming so.
All right. I'm gonna get stuff. Let's go. But he's got a thermometer though. Nina, welcome in. Hello. But it goes to 11. There's Miss Josie. That is my dog. If you haven't seen her before, there she is. That pretty dog. I can't ever display her properly. That's good.
I'm very much thinking
There she is.
it's hallway.
I think so. It definitely seems that way. I'm gonna bring both of these in a smudge. Let's see
The
that.
ghost wants it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heart.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mystic.
Tell me why.
I never wanna hear you sing.
I really was hoping. Can you imagine if the ghost would have invented right there?
That would have been amazing. See, I'm always hoping for those moments, and they never quite hit, unfortunately.
I know.
But
That's all
hey,
right.
is
We'll
what
be
it is.
fine. Free
Ghost,
concert.
do you want it that way? Come on, I want to hear you say that.
This person died. No, you can't go to restricted on the challenge. If the challenge for the week is to be on Sunny Fool, then it needs to be on Sunny Fool. It's not like when you're doing the 50 runs where you can do both, either or. Yeah. Anytime I play Ask the Ghost, where are you? Sing Blink-182. Classic. Classic. Is it even setting the motion sensors off?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Hold on.
And-
Let me get the thermometer.
All right, so what are the temperatures? Sunny is 50 winds on the full or restricted.
It's 11.4 now. It was down.
What
it was
about
down like 7 degrees.
What about the adjoining rooms?
Okay, this room of adjointment is 15 degrees.
Okay.
This room of adjointment is 14.5.
I'm so confused. Hey, Secret, how are you? Room of adjointment. Yeah, you heard him. Gonna attempt APOC 3. What do you reckon? Don't die. I'll be honest,
I don't
Doc.
know, man.
I have no clue.
It was still coldest, but it was warmer in the landing area. It was like,
Oh no! I'm gonna check with the wall with the parabolic. What if it's going upstairs to the attic? I'm gonna sit here and listen for a minute.
I got an idea.
He went to the master. He said it was warm in the master. So I don't know. Jess, thank you for the follow.
The attic.
What'd you say about the attic?
I'm not thinking it's in the attic.
Roger that. It's doing nothing right now. Hey, Doc, I think it's in the attic.
I was just up there! Is it hunting?
Yes.
Did you make it not do that?
Is that a possible Hantu? Oh my God. That is so confusing. Is that a... That's not a... Is that a die-in? Doc, you okay? All right. So, it was not fast enough to be a Dio. I think, and hear me out, the reason that it was fast at first is because Doc was downstairs moving. And with the die-in, it can adjust its speed if the player's above or below. And so when it gets within 10 meters of the player, it goes from normal speed to slower. And then if somebody's moving, it gets faster. We are going to test that theory right now. But it started hunting from the attic. So we are not, yes, this is number 11,000, but we're not going to make it a perfect run. No. We're just going to get a couple of smudgies and just stay alive. In the name of all that is Doc. Yeah. Oh, he's walking outside right now. My gosh. Audrey, thank you for the 13 months. I just want to confirm the ghosty, Doc. I think it might be a die-in, and if it is, then we're going to go die-in and leave. Even though you were already dying. Well, you know what I mean. See what I did there? So if that is the case, when this thing starts hunting, I could be down there. Yeah, give me this guy. Dine and dash. What was the cursed possession? Oh, it was the circle, wasn't it? Didn't I walk over there and see it? Wait, was it the circle? No, it's not. What is it? Oh, it's the music box. Oh. So I'm not going to be able to hear it down here until it gets to the main floor. So normal speed right now. Right? Okay. Let's see if it adjusts its speed. Slower. Faster. The die-in. Pillow fight. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a dying, Mr. Doc. speaking of dying. All right, let's go bring Mr. Doc back. No, it's Bleezy. It's Bleasdale. The piano plays song. Oh yeah, it's been able to play that song for a long time now. All right, you know, we're just gonna we got all the objectives done, so I'll take it. Sold. All right, let's go. Hi, Karumba. I have a question. What's up, Scott? Zeno, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Yep, the dying. Terrified to looper, to be honest. It's fair enough.
I've prepared some
Yeah.
jobs for you.
Dying to a dying.
Yeah. Oh, the irony.
Oh,
Although that's probably
the
not irony. I don't think that's
ironomicals.
irony. I once got kicked in the ironomicals.
Well, no. Woo! I'm in the same sense.
Woo! Unpleasant. All right, well, Flash, I chose the map this time and it didn't go well. So I think it's I trust you.
Okay.
Trust you.
I thought you were starting to go
Pick
into
the
like
map.
a SpongeBob remix for a second.
No,
Aye,
pick the map where I'm guaranteed to live.
All right, Ridge.
Okay, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. That's guaranteed life.
All right, I'm not.
My favorite map is Willow.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and
think it's
prepare
Limo Rain.
accordingly before starting the investigation.
Core carry.
The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe
What's
using it
he-
will help your investigation.
Okay,
Go
fine.
on.
Anything else? No? All right, then. Well, helpful, as always.
It's 792 for me.
Wait.
Capture phone.
Wait.
What? What?
Maybe this is actually. It says case 11,000 again. I think the last one was a goof. Hey, let's go! I get to do it twice. Let's go! Hey! Oh, no, there goes the confetti.
Case 11,000.
Good kid.
Cancel for the ghost. Get the ghost with blue-eyed fire egg. And repair the ghost with the consensus as well. The Jason someone.
Because it goes with the insane. Oh, the parabolic? Case, it says session 11,000. Yeah. So I think it was a mistake on the last one. It wasn't actually 11,000. I think this is it. All right. Photo of the ghost, blood of firelight. You got it. I'm going to do firelight. I'm going to do camera. So we take a photo right away. Boom. This is the real one. The last one was a fake. Heavy door. Wait, down his camera? Down his camera. All right. Oh, thought I saw the bone. Contract 20,000 win? Way after this.
The power is on. I also thought I heard a metal door.
Interesting. Interesting. You heard a metal door. Oh,
Wait,
boner.
Did you light this candle back here?
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe you heard one of the locker doors?
Maybe I heard a locker. Oh, all right. It's definitely 8.6 degrees in here.
Oh,
8.7. 9.3 degrees.
Hey, sociopathic. Hello. Ghosty. Wanna blow this out? Ghosty. What is the temps outside of this room? What are the temps in D's room?
This room's temperatures are precisely 10.1, not 8, 9.4 degrees.
Okay.
This room is 8.9, so it's not that far off.
Not that far off, but it is cold air.
Oh, now it's up to 10.3 in here.
Oh, never mind. All right. Maybe it did it through the floor. Maybe it's like upstairs.
Would be.
Ah, yep. Pooped in the sink.
You know what? It might be up here. Now that I think about it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sold on that. Nothing in there but Funk Deluxe.
Great album. Great album.
Great classic album. All right, put that there. Put that there. There we go. Nightmare, yes. It's my comfort difficulty for sure. I didn't even play curling. What? You looking at the Olympic curling? I'm gonna bring a smudge. I'm gonna bring a crucifix, and I'm gonna bring this because it's gonna touch the door, and I'm gonna see it. Wash your hands when you do it. Okay. Well, I mean, you tell that to the ghost. Don't tell us that. Lazoe, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Any info on Horror 2.0? There is no Horror 2.0. It's going to be looped into the 1.0 release. Yeah, they've got some announcements that they made about it. EMF5? EMF5!
You gotta say it with a little chutzpah, or it doesn't.
A little schmutz, a little.
Yeah, a little schmutz. Put a little schmutz on that.
Put a little schmutz on that. All right, put that there.
Okay.
Don't know what the weekly is going to be. I'd have to go, but I don't know what it is right now. I'd have to go back and look.
So,
AD, welcome in.
you go ahead and have a good time in there, okay?
Okay.
Just have a good time.
Thank
Just
you.
Enjoy yourself. It's all
Thanks,
gonna be
Dad.
fine.
You're going to be just fine, FlashForce. It's all
Dad?
going to be okay.
Dad? Dad?
Go to bed.
Okay.
Kid.
But I'm in the bathroom.
Listen. You wet the bed again. I swear.
Can I wet the bed if it's in the bathtub?
Absolutely not. You'll respect the bathroom bed.
Oh. We have dots.
Roger that, good bud.
It's EMF 5, right? Oni Raiju Wraith. Alright, well, I don't have any. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm gonna try to get it. Nala, hello. I'm gonna try to get a dot photo. It's always a pain in the ass to get because they disappear, like,
I'm
within
coming
a
in with
second.
a book and a spirit box.
You know, we have EMF 5, right?
So you know what makes that even worse is that I think I had the call on the EMF 5 too, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna wait for it to, I'm gonna wait for it to throw these objects,
go on.
one of them in the air so I can take a photo of it.
Okay, I'm gonna go get salt and
Okay.
a motion detector.
Okay. I believe in you.
Thank you. You hear that, Chad? He believes I can grab 2 objects from the van and not die.
Damn right. So you can get a interaction photo if you get it while the item is being levitated. So what I try to do sometimes is I put the objects into a pile in the middle and then I wait for it to lift one and I take a photo. Exactly like that. Textbook. And then what I do is I like this guy and I wait for it to show up again. It's not that deep, bro. It's not what your dad said.
I'm gonna put the motion detector here. Then I'm gonna check the temperatures just to make sure I'm not completely effing up the salt.
Roger that.
Which I'm not. Now,
And they started it.
I'm going to place a salt here. After I've done that, I'm going to place one by the door. Then I'm going to trap you right in this corner.
Hey, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Yeah. Oh, you're a wraith! He's a wraith!
There's so much happening. Hold on. Light switch, interaction, motion sense, bird cruci. Oh my God, I got all 5.
What was that?
I got all 5. Oh my God.
Well done. Good job.
Holy crap. We need sounds. I'm going to go get the sound recorder.
All right.
Holy smokes. That happened real fast.
96% confident we have a...
Roger that. Don't let it spawn on me. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you cut out at the end.
Wait, me or them?
You said don't let it, and then it cut out.
Oh, well, yeah, just never forget. Don't let...
Roger that. It's like my grandpappy always used to say. He always said, hey, make sure you take...
Thanks, Grandpappy.
Right up. Because you don't know where that thing's been.
Hi. This is gonna be dangerous. Hey, do you want to do EMF 5? Uh-oh.
What?
In the butt? I said, I'm sorry. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm so sorry.
You nailed it.
Did I get it?
I don't know.
No, I did not. Okay, there we go. Finally recorded.
All right. Oh man, we're gonna get so much ghost money. We're both gonna live. This is gonna be great.
So Crucifix is gone. I'm about to start hunting. Oh, it's auditioning. It's going, hey.
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 I gotta try that game again one of these days.
Which game?
Oh.
I think we have everything. Except for the rappel. There she is. See her smile. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, I didn't repel it while I was chasing. We gotta do that again. I didn't think the hunt was gonna end that fast.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
That's okay. That's all right.
Sorry. I was excited.
I'm ready for this adventure. I think it's gonna be fine. Hey!
Okay. Do we know when Roadmap is getting released? No, we have no idea when. No, we don't know when they're gonna release the thing that they've already released. No idea.
You won't hunt again. Now?
Why was she so fast? I think she had line of sight. I think.
You won't do it.
Don't tempt it. It's gonna get angry.
I won't kiss you for $1. What?
What?
I'm trying to get the ghost to come out and do something that's exciting. You know?
Do you normally get offered $1 for a smooch?
Well, I mean, not to tell stories outside of school, FlashForce.
Go on.
If I
Hey,
had
do you have a
$1
lighter?
for every yes.
Okay. I trust you. I trust you. You guys get paid. There we have it. Perfection, good sir. Perfections.
Well done. I would shake your hand, but my arms are not animated to do so.
Maybe one day. Maybe we'll be lucky. Danielle, thank you. Thank you for the follows. Mason, Shadowheart, welcome in. Oh, nothing like a nice, classic, perfect nightmare for case number 11,000.
Nothing like it. We're both alive.
You're both
Man.
alive. Did all the things.
Still did all the things. I got a leftover smudge. It's raining. Nature.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Oh my god. I feel so alive.
All right.
Fantastic. All right.
sure you got the
Wraith is
wraiths.
circled in my book.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Samesies.
Let's Let's go.
Let's go. I'm glad that was actually case number 11,000 and the last one was not. This was better. This was much better.
Welcome back. I've got some
Perfect.
2,169 ghost dollars.
Nice.
Holding.
Nice. Very well done, sir. Rennick, hello.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, what a case number. All right. Well, I chose Ridgeview, sir. So now it's on you.
Okay. I did have a request earlier on.
I only do that after 11 p.m.
Okay. Well, it's after 11 p.m. somewhere.
Okay.
There it is. That's the request. Some people want some Johan and Larry.
Oh, I see what it is. Somebody's just a big old piece of your piece of shit.
Hey, listen. I would never go as far as to call someone a piece. Okay, that's just inappropriate.
Well, see, that's the difference
Right, so
between
why
you
don't-
and me. I would call someone a bag if they're the biggest piece of that I've ever seen.
Well, wait a minute. Why don't we back up for just a second, okay?
Wait,
and,
okay,
and
wait.
Just
you know what? You're right.
think about what
You're right. Let's
I'm
back this
saying,
up real
okay?
fast. I was backing it up.
Oh,
come
wait,
on.
I
That
need to
took
see.
you way
I wasn't
too long.
watching. I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. Do it
No,
again.
I can't do both at the same time. I can't.
All right, fine.
You
Oh,
can.
wait.
You probably have a foot.
All
I don't have my foot pedal hooked up yet.
right, wait. No. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this in this hand here. I don't have the beep on my foot pedal.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So I got, okay. All right, ready? And here we go. S. Okay. S.
It's going really well, Doc. It's going. Ads are going to happen in like 4 minutes. Just a heads up, friends. You did a great job. You did good, kid. You did good.
Thank you.
You did good.
I was pressing the beep button with my pinky and it wasn't going so well.
Oh my God.
All right, here we go. Oh, Gary. Say it ain't so, Gary.
Oh my.
K793, Gary Bar. Every on the top, below 25%. Unique there on the sounds. On the border. Friends here near the ghost. Synthesis.
Roger that. Do I know when the next drop is? No, because if I knew, you would know. Yeah, they're not going to tell me before
All right.
you guys know.
Oh, by the way, sausage rules? No sausage rules? Sausage rules?
We can do sausage rolls.
All
Okay.
right, sausage rules.
So leave
okay,
one,
so I'm gonna
leave one
drop
inventory spot open.
All right, I will. There.
Okay. I'm gonna bring. I'll bring the EMFer. All right. All right. Sausage rolls. All right. Sausage rolls are. Once you pass the kitchen, you must grab a sausage. You may not drop the sausage until the investigation is over. In honor of Johan and Larry.
Johan and Larry.
You ever seen oh my God. Do you remember Max and Ruby?
Vague recollection.
Do you remember the theme song when it was like Max and Ruby? Like, what if that was like Johan and Larry's?
Oh my gosh.
Just replace
I
it
thought
with
we
two
were original
sausages?
for a little while. I guess. Ew.
Johan and Larry. Larry and Johan.
I mean, how many things can we replace? Two sausages.
I think we could do. I think there's a lot. Go, Johan and Larry.
Johan and Larry.
Meow, 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 meow. Played Phasmo game, got a demon, used its ability and spawn next to you in like 30 seconds. Nice. That's awesome. All right, hopefully he's checking temps because this is not going to be easy. Any low temperatures?
All right, I'm gonna go.
Hey, the Kuna, welcome in. Oh, gross. You got a summoning circle. Hate the light. It's always at the top for me, man. The chances of it being at the top for me are about 70, 80, 90%. I might go all the way downstairs, though. Johan and Larry's song is going in. Yeah, let's go.
It's 5.4 degrees way up here near the top, bruh.
Wow, that's crazy. I never would have thought about that, bruh.
Roger that, bruh.
Gosh. Dang it. Man. Oh, look. EMF. That's crazy. No way. Oh, yeah. Throw some stuff, you a-hole.
What?
Not you.
I have a song going. All I heard was you a-hole, and I'm like, okay, that's either me or the ghost. It's one of the two.
No, the ghost, because it's up here.
Oh, roger that. Okay.
What a jerk. It is always at the top. You know what? I'm dropping this here. Gosh dang it. Hey, Red Wolf, welcome in. No, you're good, man. No worries. No worries. Guys, I never even played the first one, but there's the game High on Life. I never played the first one, and then the second one released. I heard that there is a full-blown 2 to 3 hour movie in the game.
Stress to you how excited I am that the ghost is way at the top of this tower. I think that's
so
wonderful.
jazzed.
Oh, God, why? Son of a mother piece of...
There is, yeah. I kind of want to play both of those games. I don't know, maybe I do them offline.
Sausage check.
Check.
Sausage check.
Oh, sorry. Sausage.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Roger
We're
that.
good.
Yep, that's part of the game. Listen, if you get a sausage check and you don't have a sausage, you've got to go sacrifice.
Then they throw you off the top of the tower.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is kind of extreme. See, the thing is, you're comfortable walking around without a flashlight, so you get 2 items. I have to have this on me at all times because I get scared. So
use
I
the
only got a
headlamp.
sausage. Oh. Well,
Great game on or offline. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll record that for a video and then just do it off stream. It could be a good use of time. Red Wolf, thank you for the 13 months. All right. This ghost is going to kill us. It's fine. I got a sausage. We'll be fine. Hey, Mary, how are you? Point Hope's other name is Walking Sim. There's so many stairs. So many stairs. I think it was Baron was the one that that took the time to go and like count to time how long it took to go from the bottom of Point Hope to the top, and did the same thing to go from the front of Sunny Meadows to the end of one of the wings. It took longer to go up to Point Hope and back. And it's a medium map. Used to be small. This map used to be considered small, which is so ridiculously dumb.
Freezing temperature!
Roger that. I bet it's freezing. What if it's freezing?
oh yeah.
Meg, thank you for the 6 months. Where are you? Are you here? Just a guy in a sausage. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Point Hope, I see. Yeah. Shit. Hey, do you know if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball?
So I've been told.
What was that accent?
I don't know.
Oh, sure I've been told.
I was trying to get a little bit of Gandalf in there, and then it turns like slightly into Mob Boss at the same time. So
No, it sounded like an old prospector.
Well, I've been told that if you can dodge a ball, you can dodge yourself a wrench.
Well, back in my day.
In them hills. It just gets more and more extreme. Well, back in my day.
Oh, fiddlesticks. All right, I'm gonna hit him with a sausage check. See how he does. Do we have any hints on the roadmap? I don't think so. Hey, sausage check.
Sausage check.
Sausage check. All right, we're good.
Sausage check. Sausage check.
Roger that. How frequently does he read the live chat? All the time. Was there something I missed?
I'm gonna ring a bell with my sausage. I'm gonna ring a bell with my sausage. I'm gonna ring a bell. Oh, I'm gonna ring a bell. I am gonna ring the bell with my sausage.
All right. I'm gonna grab a smudge. He said we had freezing, right? Said that earlier? Yeah, I think he did. What's Doc doing? Ringing a bell with his sausage. Kind of like this. I did it too.
All right, everyone get your minds out of the gutter. Get them out of the gutter. Breakfast.
Oh my God. Hey, Brown, thank you for the follow. Johnny, welcome in. Moxie. Super. Thank you for the 16-month prime. He's a Doc's a trip, dude. Had to pause what I was doing. I'm bringing up a UV, sir.
Roger that.
Hey, is it hunting?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You think he's okay? It's a little hard to not have mine in the gutter. That's fair. I guess it depends on how you celebrate your Valentine's Day. Doctor, I don't know. We'll have to assess. We'll have to wait for the hunt to be over and go check out the situation. I still think it would be ridiculously awesome if there was a chance when lighting the summoning circle that you could revive a friend. Singles Awareness Day. There's zero wrong with that. Doc? Uh-oh. Dog? See how fast it was there for a second? Did he slip? I think so. On Hantu, right? Ay caramba. Doc, that thing had wheels. Did you see that? Oh my God. Oh no, I hope I don't fall. Ghost? I'll try to land the smudge. This might be how I die. Doc, inquiring minds want to know, what does it smell like? Regret. I think it's a Hantu. Ultraviolet orbs. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bro, why does that keep sounding like laughter? that's unfortunate. There's nothing for me to check UV with. You know what? Doc, I'm thinking it's a Hantu, and I want to bring you back to life, sir. Hasn't touched any doors, hasn't touched anything. No, I don't think it's... No, it's not a Moroi. It's changing speed in the middle of the hunt. And I think the reason it's changing speed is because the room it's going between are changing temperatures. That's my guess. Bruce? Oh, wait, do I have time for Bruce? Curse object is a summoning circle. No. Can't save him. I'm gonna die. Doc took one of the... Oh no, the ghost threw it. I should have asked Doc for a sausage check. Worth it. Shark bait. What timing? Thank you for the 10 months. Ghost started to hunt. It was following me and our friend following the ghosty. The other was running after us as we were just looking at... Oh, cartoons? Oh my god. It's the Scooby-Doo when you go running by. Bro, this map is weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just very vertical. Which is why a lot of people don't like it because, well, it takes 15 years to walk all the way to the top and back. We need a little dumbwaiter that can take all the items all the way up. That's what we need. Sausage check. How do you level up in Phasmo quickly? You play extremely high multiplier games as fast as you possibly can. And you get the ghosty correct and you get all the objectives correct. That's how. All right. Going on to. Oh, I can't get the sausage back out. That's okay. That's fine. Inside or outside, dumbwaiter? I don't know. I mean, I guess it would matter for... You'd probably have it inside.
Welcome back. I've got
Just put it in the middle, like just go straight up. It's no bombo. Nailed it. Did a great job.
Sometimes you just got to get in there and smell the bar.
What would you compare it to? What did it smell like?
Victory.
Well,
I love the smell of the bar in the morning. Oh, by the way, I did not have the same death on my client side, so I sent you a screenshot of what mine looked like.
It's unfortunate that it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
okay.
hey. Barface.
Barface.
Oh, Grafton. All right.
Yeah, go Grafton.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Grafton.
Go down to Grafton. My grandpappy used to go to Grafton.
Maybe we'll do some sifting for gold over in Grafton.
What if you just downloaded Phas? Why would you try to level up as fast as you possibly can when you just downloaded the game?
Well, what in tall nation, Mark Johnson?
Reports of light switching. Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
Hey, Silencing
Oh,
Snow,
I'll be
how are
totally
you?
careful. I'm always careful. Thanks.
I know. Just turn him off.
here we
Like,
go.
is there an off switch?
Case 794, Mark Johnson. Getting hammered sound of top below 25%. Hit the ghost prisons with a motion sensor. And finally, last but not least, you want to make sure you capture a photo of any successful rating on an EMF reader. Ting!
It sounds like one of those like voice boxes you'd hear when you're getting onto a ride. You're about to go get on, and it's like, "Hey, welcome to the Prospector Shoes Loop." I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome to the log flume.
Make sure to tuck your arms and legs inside the ride. You don't want to lose one of them fingies.
Otherwise, you can't go prospecting for gold.
Speaking of gold,
And we don't want to suffer a loss.
wait a minute. Doc, do you have
Hold on,
two
I'm gonna remember
EMFs?
my lighter. Huh?
Do you have two EMFs?
No. Yes.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, how are we one short? Okay. I mean,
My
listen,
bad.
you know, play the way you want to play. I don't want to judge, but
I'm dual fisting EMFs.
oh my God.
And I'm just gonna
Just got your shirt yesterday in the mail. Let's go. Angelics, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you for the subs, friends. All right, I'll go upstairs. Look like a door open on the cam. No, that's the shutters. Power's on. No, it's windy, so the shutters are going. The ghost can't be active until you open the front door. Hi, squeakers. Hi, squeakers.
Kitchen? ... Question mark?
Roger that on the way back down. ... Sorry.
Sandstorming?
I don't know why. I don't know why it just. I don't know why that happened. Hey, Doc, come here. Come here. They say chivalry's dead. No. Allow me to get the door for you.
Oh, why, thank you. Thank you. No, allow me, by all means.
No. Allow me.
So how does that happen? How does
You
that
know,
happen?
I don't have an answer
as a
for you,
developer.
and the fact that it still is here, I got nothing.
I mean, this is now a feature. I don't see any reason to get rid of it at this point. Can we hide like something under there, like a little prize, or it would just phase through it, wouldn't it? Yeah, it just phases through it. That's a bummer.
Like a prize.
Yeah. It's like a really terrible advent calendar.
Doors on the floors. Wait a minute. Didn't I just get the power? You butthole. Favorite room, mannequin room, followed by closely by the doll room. I would have to agree. I think mannequin room is... I'm more of a fan of a mannequin room than I am the doll room. Yeah. Can squeakers fit under the door? Oh, squeakers might phase through the door though, right? I assume. Squeakers, can you go under the door? Let's go find out. Oh, that one doesn't open. Nope, he phases through. I was checking.
Are you hiding things under the
door?
door?
No, I was checking to see if the duck would phase through. He does.
Hold on, let me try something.
All right.
Didn't work.
Didn't
Didn't quite work.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Rats. All right, it is. Yeah, it's definitely like 1.9 degrees in here. Yeah. Okay. What is the most underrated cursed object? For you is the voodoo? No, I think voodoo is the worst cursed object there is. The only good that the voodoo doll is really ever used for is making the ghost hunt. That's it. I think the most underrated is the music box, and that's my opinion. But it's also because it's my favorite. Natalie! Thank you for the donuts, friendo. Summoning is the worst. It's definitely not up there. It used to be. It used to be. There's Ghosty. Been loving the cards. Again, if I'm playing with others, then yes, the cards are great. But if I'm rocking solo, not for me. Not for me. You like the cards the most? Oh, man. Bring this. Yeah.
Spirit box confirmed!
Awesome. What did it say?
Barbara Smith!
What Babbit Mitt? Is that what it said? Why did the ghost turn into the scat man? Writing.
Okay, so that leaves us a Diogen, a mare, a Morwa, a poltergeist, or a spirit.
Noted. Where are you?
far from
Are you here?
from behind.
Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here?
Taken away.
Where are you?
Found far
Are
from
you
the-
here? Where are you? It's impossible, Dio. Where are you? Are you near? Are you
Taken
here?
away.
Where are you?
Far-
Are you near? Where are you?
The far reach.
Are you here? Can I get me? Where are you?
Wait a minute.
Are you here?
I already checked Spirit
Well,
Box.
I was checking to see if possible, possible
checked-
Dio.
Wait, were you double checking my work? Were you double checking what I was doing?
No, Dio was on the table. I was checking to see if it was a Dio.
I just feel
Get
like you
farted
didn't.
on.
I feel like you didn't trust me. Did you not? Okay.
See? Ghost agrees. Hey, Calix, thank you. Lucifer, thank you for the follow. Calix, thank you.
Yeah, you get farted on now.
That's see.
How
Now,
does it
no,
feel?
I was innocent bystander.
Hope you get pink eye.
Dude,
All right.
does that mean this is gonna be beef jerky, man?
My mouth was open.
Not a big fan of his last name being Johnson. I gotta tell you.
Oh my god. Snap into it. Oh yeah.
Come on. Eventing in 3, 2, 1. Avanti.
Nature just evented. Just blew some wind through the house.
Oh, nature evented. Hey, Bond, thank you so much. Calix, thank you. Welcome in, friends. No, we don't need to check temps again. There's no need for it.
If you're. Oh my god.
I'm gonna die. Yeah, we're on Nightmare. Yeah. You might be in trouble. Thank you. Poltergeist, thank you for the 5 months. What a lovely after work treat. How was work? Thank you, Night Raptor. Drifter, thank you. Doc? Yeah, now we're talking. Am I crazy or did that ghost seem fast?
Wait, where are you?
I was hiding in the back. Uh-oh.
Roger that.
Ghosty just interacted with
All
the
right,
painting right there in the foyer.
Well, yeah. All right, so we know for sure now it's not a Diugin.
No, I think it might be a Moroi. I think this sucker was a bit speedy.
Little speedy,
I
little
think so.
speedster. All
Little
right,
speedster.
I'm okay with that.
What if you're just crazy normally? I think it's a
I'm picking up
mixed
what you're
bag.
putting down,
Yeah?
and I'm placing it just a little bit over here.
Okay. That's probably a good idea. It probably smells.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what? Why?
What? I haven't washed it in a while.
Don't
so
put that
I
finger in
wanted to
your
hunt
ear. You don't know
again.
where that finger's been.
Definitely wanted to hunt again so I can hear the speeds.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want the smudge?
He
do you want
does
smudge
virus.
for
Yeah,
safety?
on Twitch side. I've got one.
Oh, okay.
Ready to rock. Yeah.
That thing is hissing in my ear.
What's this in your ear?
The lantern.
You don't need to smudge and set a timer for a Moroi. That's a waste of time. If you're talking about the time from when you smudge and how long it's smudged for, you can literally just count out loud. But
Just in
also,
case you
if
forget
you look
where
at all
to
the
hide, I
ghosts
put a
we have,
flashlight on it. So
That's right.
Exactly where to.
Mare, Polty, Spirit, all normal speed ghosts. Moroi will be faster.
Ooh. It's darker.
Oh, did it just cut the power again?
Probably did.
Got it. Welcome back, Danielle.
Power's back on.
Power's back on. The house lit up like a Christmas tree on Christmas morning.
The ghost was around somewhere. But where?
There was a clip. I remember the clip of you when you were on Tanglewood. And I can't remember exactly what you said. You're like, "Oh crap!" I started chasing you.
Oh, that was for Starbucks Batman.
Oh, that's.
Get me a venti.
Yeah. There we go. Just realized in Prestige 20. Yeah. Yeah, Prestige system has been out for quite a long time.
Still thinking it's Moroi there?
I'm still thinking it's a Moroi there, bud.
All right, bud.
Roger that there, bud. Should try Labyrinthine. I played Labyrinthine before. Yeah. It's been a long time, but I have played it. I wouldn't mind going back if there's been any updates or anything like that. Roger there, buddy. Are we really worried about getting the other stuff? I mean, we can if you want.
No, personally,
I'm also not.
I am all... Yeah, I like being alive and getting ghost bucks, personally.
Ghost bucks.
That's my
Roger
jam.
that. All right, get
Yeah,
that Moroi
ghost bucks.
locked in.
Locked in.
Lock it in. You lock it up.
Lock it down.
Your Prestige 20. Nice.
Welcome back.
Yep.
I've got some jobs ready.
That was a little more obvious.
Nice. 1,228 ghost dollars. All right. Flash, this might have to be my last one.
Okay.
What are we going to do to go out with a bang?
Woodwind.
Woodwind.
Yep.
Going out with a bang and woodwind.
Yes, sir. Bang Woodwind.
No. Nope, that's not what
That's
I said.
that's exactly what you said. I heard you.
That's not what I said
You
at
said
all.
it out loud. All those words exited your face hole. I heard it.
Nope, pretty sure.
Can you join whenever we have a viewer day? Yeah, I'll let you guys know when there's a viewer day.
Prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
No
Okay.
orbicals. Okay, okay.
Tough one. We've had reports of violence.
But I heard they left in a hurry. All right.
Case 795. Shannon Lavender. We need to detect her ghost presence
Redhead, thank you.
with a motion sensor.
Identical small to firelight and capture 3 unique videos of the video camera. All right, let's go.
Excuse me. All right, this.
Righty then.
Righty then.
Mr. Glacius, hello. Redhead, thank you very much. I appreciate it, dude. Natalie. Oh my God, Natalie, thank you. What into hell, dude? Thank you guys for the gifts. Calix, thank you. I'm hoping.
All right.
What I might do, I don't know. I'm so torn about it because there's a possibility of me streaming tonight because the missus will be away. So when the missus is away, well, Flash will play. So I might stream. I just don't know where I'm going to stream. All right.
Campfire-ish. I think.
I did hear EMF for like a second. Yeah. Oh, it's over there, I think, Doc.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. Which means later today weekly? Possibly, yeah. Yeah. All right, Ghosty, you're over here somewheres. 17 degrees over here. 14 right there. Ouija board right there.
I'm gonna turn on the power.
Thank you. Oh, it's not really that cold anywhere. It's got to be around here somewhere. Calix, thank you. Kenjin, thank you for the 4 months.
12.8. 14 by the camera.
Yeah, it's not that cold, dude. All right, I'm just going to get more stuff, and we'll figure it out from there. Ghost is being a butt. Have you died yet? Yeah. I gave my life so that Doc, we have orbs, by the way.
Roger that. Where are you seeing those orbs there, Flash?
Were you gonna like give me a nickname there for like a second?
No, I got a little lost in the middle of the sentence. Like my brain just kind of turned off for a second.
Oh, all right. It's either campfire or around campfire.
or around campfire. Well,
I
I've
say
got
that-
11 point.
I say that because it was floating like around it, not necessarily like a definitive location. I see the orb over here.
My ghost orb. And
It's
your
here.
Ghost orb
Yeah.
Floating by the fire.
Talk about hey now, hey now.
Hey, now.
Oh. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here?
Are you here?
Are you close?
Are you close?
Are you Doc?
Are you near?
Where are you?
Are you far?
Are you here?
Where are you? Are
In
you
honor of
here?
Doc, how many elbows do you have?
Are you Flash?
No.
Do you enjoy licking telephone poles?
What the hell?
Where are Bob's suspenders?
Wish the bird was a little bit longer. I know. I'm sure that they have to keep them shorter for a reason. Let's do this.
Are you close? Why are you like this? Can you loan me $5? I don't think it's here.
No. Let me see where. Oh,
All right.
which one did it just walk through?
Right in my book. There we go. Just right in my book.
Chris,
Don't
thank you
worry
for the
about that.
follow.
Right in mine.
Appel, hello. Vintage, welcome in. Bailey, hello. Thank you for all the follows, friends. I appreciate you. Oh, Jesus. Where are the orbs? What in the hell? Wait. Is that around the campfire or is that in the games tent? Can we play hide and seek
Quite
and deal
quite a
on the Ouija
camera
board?
angle we got
No,
there,
I
bud.
can only do that for a universe. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't make the rules. It's just a TikTok. It's crazy. I'm sorry, what?
Said that's quite a camera angle. We got. Oh,
Thanks. I work out.
Oh my god.
You okay?
Yes. Feel much better now.
Gotta be honest. These orbs keep like going away.
Really?
Oh, there it is.
Orbs of impermanence.
I just heard a wooden knock like over there. Let me check temps. 6.7 here. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, stop. Oh, UV. Hey, Cloudy, how are you?
So if it's not mimicry, we got Banshee. Banshee?
Classic Banshee.
Okay. Banshee onto Urobake.
Oh no, I'm kind of liking Banshee.
Roger that.
Like Bancho and Kazooie or something?
Major point. Point's been made.
Dude, so many little happy slappies. I didn't even realize it could hit this one. Like, look, the ghost, you're telling me the ghost walked over here, leaned down and gave this a smack.
Ah. Interesting.
I didn't even
I've
know
never
that it
seen
could
there
hit that
before.
one.
I can't. Yeah. I've never seen that before.
Uh-oh. Ghosty's doing stuff and things. Hey, log slapper! Are you in need of assistance?
Wrong.
Oh,
Wrong, driver, wrong.
Sorry.
Hey, Monroe, what's up? Okay, I'm gonna try to get a motion sensor and not die.
Okay, where are you gonna hide when it's hiding time?
I might not even hide. I might just do the old loop-de-loop and pull.
Okay.
Saying.
Oh, there's a bone in here.
Ooh.
A hand
I'm
bone.
gonna hand it to you. That's a nice spot.
Hey, thanks.
Hey.
Phalanges.
All right. If this motion sensor goes off, there's a good chance of a banshee.
Wait, it's a female ghost. Oh crap! Oh, crap.
There's no hiding there. There's no hiding. Run, Doc, run.
I'm running.
Did it actually chase you? Ma'am? I think Doc's a target. Doc, I don't know how to break this to you.
What are we breaking?
Well, I'm not convinced that she was coming after me.
So you think it is a Banshee?
Yeah, I think it might be. Shadow, thank you for the biddies. Do you want a smudgy?
I already did once, but I'm happy to smudge you again.
I mean, no, to have a backup smudge, and then we have it hunt one more time to be sure. I'm going to get the other from the truck. Okay, I'm ready.
Well, okay. All right.
There is hiding in the small tent over here. If that strikes your
Okay,
fancies.
all right, I hid in the bathroom in one of the stalls because
just in case you
I
had
had
to
to
crap
crap.
yourself.
Yep.
Hey, Kenjin, thank you. All right, it'll be fine.
I'm hunting. I'm a hunter.
You
not
are.
bait.
I
I'm the
am a
opposite
hunter.
of bait. I am a ghost hunter. I will hunt a ghost.
All right. Wait for the hunt and we'll see what happens. Multiplosion? No. It's Banshee Hantu Obake. Hey, Doc, you know it's hunting, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, confirmed, Doc. Yeah, that's confirmed. Yep. Yep.
Conclusive.
I would say so. Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping to get a banshee whale, but it's being kind of a butt.
A banshee.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, like a banshee scream. Not
Yeah, not like the,
not like a-
like water, like a whale. She said, I could do it too. She said, oh, classic. All right.
Well done. Well done.
Do we want to get anything else? Or are you cool with that?
I'm all right with that unless you
I'm
want
cool
to
with
get
it.
something else.
No, you know, it's funny. You get
Alright.
to those events or you get to those hunts where it's like, you get the itch to do a perfect game. And then other ones, it's like, I'm good. I know what it is. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We summoned her.
Yeah. And I like being alive.
User, thank you for the heartbeat. You know,
I do.
alive is good. I do like alive.
Yeah.
That's extra ghost bucks
Yeah,
in your pantaloons.
Like I have like $27,000 now.
Gee.
Personal record. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I got to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. I got to figure out the stuff and the things.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
I'll do that later, a little bit later. Mr. Doc.
Flash, thank you so very much.
No, thank you, kind sir.
For the games, as always.
Hi, Sog.
You are positively glorious. I appreciate you greatly.
You are glorious.
No, you are glorious.
No,
I asked Dave, and Dave was like, "Oh, Flash! Oh man, he's the best. He smells like cinnamon."
He didn't. He said, "Doc's awesome."
Oh,
and
he said
Flash is
it.
there.
He's at. Oh no. He didn't say that.
No, he
But
didn't.
for reals, thank you for the games.
Thank you, sir.
I'm looking forward to doing something again soon. At some point with something.
Well, you know,
yeah.
I mean, listen, if a certain game decides it wants to step it up and add some proximity chat, I'm just saying that game would get played a lot more. Just ain't proximity chat.
I get it. I get it. Well, all right, Flash.
All right, Mr. Doc.
As always, I will leave you with some words of wisdom.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay.
Yep.
If you end up with something.
Got it. You guys got it? You guys understand? You end up with something? Every time. Yep. Yep, every time. Oh, wise and powerful, Doc. Understood? Roger that. Hi, Cap. Such wisdom to be had. You know what? I haven't done a Willers today. Oh my gosh. If you guys are not following the amazing Phasmo, Mr. Doc, please make sure that you guys remedy that situation. Mr. Cap, how are you, sir? He does, Calix, yes. Documentary, yeah. Silent wisdom, yeah. Hey, Ghosted, how are you? Welcome in, dude. Remember that if I end up with something? That's right. I feel like he was going to say something about penicillin, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% about that. Ah, crap. Hold on, sorry. Doing good. Passed certification exam a few weeks ago. Still riding that high? Heck yeah. Heck yeah, Mr. Caps. Congrats, sir. That's freaking awesome. All right. Let's go. Into Willers we go. Gotta wake up in around 6 hours. Oof. Oh, get some sleeps, friend. Go get all the sleeps. No blood moon. Nice. All right, let's go. Let's go. Oh, I love Willow too. It's my favorite map. Isabel, welcome in. It's my favorite. I can't wait for the revamp. It's gonna look so cool. All the custom stuff we get to play with. It's gonna be great. Bear. Love a good Willer. I love a good Willer too. More than Tangle? Oh yeah. I've always liked this map more than Tanglewood. Tanglewood's awesome. It's a really great map to play. Boner EM, how are you in the basement? Did I hear a thing with stuff? 9 degrees. Hoy's basement? Yeah, it's right there. Classic. There's a bug right now where on Willow, the bone can't spawn in the basement. So if you're ever looking for the bone and you can't find it, it's up here somewhere. Why is that a bug? I don't know. Oh, that was me. Sorry. No idea. But it does exist. You'll have to, if you guys go into Willow and you find a bone in the basement, you'll have to tell me because I don't think it exists. Not right now. It's an interesting bug. I mean, Sunny Meadows, Willow, you name it. So many features to be had. Yeah. All right, let's put all this shite down there. Further recently. Yeah, I think it was, it might have been it was Justly or Maddox that posted about it. And then I saw everyone else talking about it. This will become the complete favorite map just because the island's a looping spot and that's how everyone learns. I mean, I am curious. I'm very well aware I passed the bone. I'm a little curious if they're going to change the layout of this map. Or if they're going to leave this one pretty close to the same. We've seen 0 images about Willow. I don't even know if they started working on it. Okay, I heard the MF5, didn't see it though. Give. Let's put you down there. I'm pretty sure we have EMF5. I think it was Maddox that first posted about it. I think so too. Guessing it's something to do with how the bone spawns, as it's not a lot. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense for it to all of a sudden start happening. It doesn't make sense. But they changed something for it to only happen here. It's not like it's on the other maps where it only spawns upstairs too. So, hard to say. Bob, thank you for the daily heart me. Welcome in. Maybe to do with the rework. Maybe they were changing something already. Messing around with stuff and then they kind of screwed it up. Yeah. Bob, thank you for the go popular. Sussex, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. All right. Let's go to the base Monte and see what we get. Flash, I think you put Venny. I swear to God. I'll go get my medias. I need to start bringing the media stuff in way sooner, to be honest. I wait too long for it. Sapini, thank you for the 6 months. Booba, good to see you. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
From behind.
Ugh. Where are you?
I'm far from
Are you
there.
here?
Far.
Are you near? Where are you?
It's far and
Are you here?
Slip away.
Always worth a try. Always worth a try. Hey, local noob, how are you? Goddess, thank you for the gifted. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate you. All right, now we'll go bring in the sound recorder and the photo camera and the da-da-da-da-da-da. Which one is me? There's 3 different sayings that I have on the spirit box. It is, this person died right here, and what's the third one? This person died. I always forget the third. This person died. Act of killing. There we go. Thank you. How many evidence? It's nightmare preset. Yep. It's a lot easier than doing a custom and then trying to explain the custom to people. That's why I do the presets pretty often. Rather than be like, go to the Discord and check out the settings and do this. I do have custom settings in there, but that's why I probably mainly do this. Yeah. I do, Mr. Cap. Yeah, on the spirit box. You always wonder what they say? I feel like it's pretty easy to understand what they're saying usually. I could bring salt, but I've got a feeling Ghosty's going to start being naughty. Did they tell you what to say? Yeah, they gave us lines. All the creators, they gave us lines and then they chose which ones they wanted to put into the game. All right, did I see Cursed Possession in my travels? Nightly Games, thank you for the 21 months. Franklin. Hello, sir. ACM. Here is just awful. No, that's okay. I think I find it a little easier to hear stuff because my volume is so stupid loud in my ears for this game. All right, so I had Spirit Box. Did I have anything else? Hey, Zappini, hello. I hope the ghosties are being good. They have been good today. They have not been that bad. Not a shade. Also not going to be, it's not going to give us writing it through the book. Roger that. Oh yeah, duh. I literally just said EMF 5. I just didn't mark it down. Thank you. And Ghosty is Gloria, which means it can be a die-in. Hi, Pam. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Ma'am, are you okay? That there, put that there. Anything else that can be thrown in this room? Again, this has been like a, if I need a photo, that's been like a new strat, is going out of the way to make a pile of items in the middle of the room. Not for like Pulte purposes, but just so the ghost has a concentrated area to throw shit. And then when it does, I grab a photo when an item is levitated. Do I think the devs will screw up Will or Tangle? Do you think that they screwed up Grafton or Bleasdale? That was highway robbery. I literally have a levitated object in the... Okay, all right. Now it's throwing crap at me. That was rude. I had it. I'll back up a little bit. Never get an interaction picture? I do, but I might have been too late. Maybe like when it's like, I need to get it when it's actually starting to go up. Too late, you think? Yeah, I think so too. I usually get a little faster. You take a pic when it lands, it'll count as an interaction. Are you sure about that? Because I don't think it does. I think it used to. Come on, Pam, do it for the Vine. You do it a lot. Okay. X2, welcome in. Do I know when they're happening? All we know is that Tanglewood, they said, was going to happen early this year, and they gave us no indication about Willow. Have to give it a second when it falls. Yeah. If that works, that'd be great. No. I'll science it. I'll do it right now. I'll science it right now. So whenever it throws something, I'll wait for it to land, and then I'll take a photo. If it's empty, then we know that that doesn't work. I would say nay. Hello. Can I explain poltergeist? Yeah, the Polty has the ability to throw has the ability to throw 2 or more items at the same time. I do it when I need a picture and never not get it. Do you have a clip anywhere of it or anything? Because I've never seen anyone get a interaction photo like that. Yeah, I have yet to see a clip of somebody having an item get thrown. It lands on the ground. They take a picture of the item and it counts as an interaction. It doesn't make sense for it to count like that. Because you're just taking a picture of an item on the ground. That really wouldn't, that doesn't make sense. The way that I've been always describing this update to everybody is, watch, this ghost is going to change rooms and kill me. I described the media update for sound, video, and photo that if you showed that media to somebody, would they believe in the paranormal? If I took a picture of a paint can on the ground and said, oh, the ghost did this, that's not very believable. But if I have a levitating object, it's a higher chance. I got it while it was levitating, not when it was thrown. And it worked perfectly fine. What evidence? We have EMF 5 and Spirit Box, so it's Diane, Galu, Spirit, Twins, or Wraith. So yeah, that was pretty on point test. I've only ever gotten it in the levitation, not the throw at the land. Yep, and you noticed how the one that I got, that I thought I had it, it had already levitated and started to throw the object. So that was perfect, yeah. But if it works for somebody, if they get an object that gets thrown and then they take a picture of it, I would love to see it. You're very welcome. So that's what I do. If I'm really, really low on things that I can get photos of, I will take the items into a room and put them in a pile. Not for a Polty, but just so that the ghost, so all the items that the ghost can mess with are in one spot and I can just stare at it with a photo camera. That's why I do that. I'm going to do this. Still going to take another one of these. We need one of those. And I'm going to bring a second crucifix down there. Can a ghost levitate an object with the lights on? Not throw it, just levitate. I'm pretty sure that, I'm fairly certain that for the ghost to levitate the object, the lights have to be off. Unless it's obviously very situational, right? If the lights are off here and the ghost is in this room, it can't reach into that room and levitate an object because it's in a room where the lights are on. The check is about where the ghost is. So if the ghost is here and it touches a item in that room, it can throw it because it's in a room where the lights are off. Ghosts can't throw objects whenever it is in a room where the lights are on. Polty is the only one that can because it bypasses the entire check for the lights. So it can do its Polty ability with the lights on. Hey, Pam, do you want to show up again? That'd be super cute. Let's go and put the salt down. To there, there, and there. Ghosty. Where are you?
Not far from their home.
Are you here?
Far.
Okay. We know that it's there. What I could do is this. Where are you? If I get a response out here, that means that she walked out of that room and walked over the salt. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Or I just go get motion sensors and do it that way. Where are you? She has not left that room. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Go back to the truck. Ghost, you stinky stinky. Sheerflow, thank you for the 9 months. Thank you for the prime. Bob, thank you for the follow. Duro, hi, welcome in. Dinafty, hello. Appreciate you, friends. Shake it, shake it, shake it. When I played a game in Phasmo and the room has freezing temps and was the living room, but his room was the garage. Are you sure you had freezing temps, or did you just see your breath? Because breath just means that the temperature was 5 or below. No, Jacob, there's no drops. There's nowhere that it says that there are drops. Nope. Nope. You would know because they would announce it on their socials, and we would announce it too. If you haven't heard it from any of the creators and you haven't heard it from the Phas socials themselves, probably not going on. That's my guess. You. There we go. So you had, wait, hold on, wait. Freezing temps and was the living room, but his room was the garage. Well, what do you mean his room was the garage? How do you know his room was the garage? Because he spawned in the garage? Sweet and Glitch, welcome in. Katie, hello. Hi, Pam. Well, let's go ahead and guarantee this, shall we? Oh, I don't have a smudge. Yep, it's a wraith. Yes. So ghosts have the ability to roam. Just because the favorite room for the ghost is the kitchen, is right here, does not mean that the ghost can't hunt from here. Ghosts roam. It's they all do. Even Gorio's roam. They just roam at a less distance is all. Yeah, could have very easily wandered into the garage and started hunting. Hope they do drops when they come out. They would have to. I can only assume that they would. All right, what now? I still need 2 sounds. We know it's a wraith now, so I can't do anything with the salt, which is fine. But I can use this for sounds. Bring a second one for funsies. Hey, Sunflower. Give me a smudge. He hunt, and I try to hide in the garage, but he killed me directly in the garage. Okay. He hunted from the garage, and you tried to hide in the garage, and he killed you in the garage. Could it be because you hunt... Because you tried to hide from where he was hunting from? I'm just going to throw that out there. It's just a good old-fashioned guess. Do I also... I'm literally live right there. I'm live there now, Jacob. Yeah. Oh. Hi. Firelight blowout, EMF 5. All of these things would work. Hi, Mr. Song. Thank you, sir. Music Sona, welcome in. Hello. Tangles even you orbs in one room and freezing temps in another. Oh, yeah, that happens. That happens from time to time. New player. So is the red lights, is it a hunt or an event? Always an event. Always. That red light event is always an event, never a hunt. Hey, I didn't realize you tried to eat the crucifix, homie. How come salt ist media now? What? One more time. We got this. I believe in you. Oh, ad break's about to start. I can go outside and wait. Ghost, don't you dare do stuff. How come salt isn't media now? It is. It is media. When the ghost walks in the salt, you can take a video of it. All right. Ads are about to happen. I always try to pause. So since I'm playing solo, I can pause. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. So that way there's no pre-rolls if you're not subbed, you don't have turbo. So I'm going to go ahead and run them now. Once they are done, we will go back inside. We will wait. There we go. Do all the ghosts do the red light event? Yes. Every one of them can do the red light event. There are certain events that certain ghosts prefer over the other. The only ghost that can't do a certain event is, well, I guess technically the Shade can't do the singing event, but Oni can't do the mist ball. Yeah. Sunflower, 29 months in tier 3. Thank you, friend. Yeah, if what you're asking me about the salt and photos, again, it has to do with the idea of the salt being something you take a photo of and then you show it to somebody. Would that prove that there's paranormal? It just wasn't media anymore because you can't take pictures. Well, no, because you have photos, you have videos, and you have audio. So those get split up depending on what it is. So if you take a picture of salt that's been stepped in, that's not really proof of anything. But if you take a video of salt that gets stepped in and there's nothing there to step in it, that's a little bit more believable. Yeah. YouTube is barely getting recognition. From what? From me reading the messages literally in front? Like, I don't know what special attention you need specifically. Shit. I'm literally reading through 3 platforms and reading messages from all of them. But one specific person is like, they're not talking to me. It's like, I'm literally answering everything. Like, shit. Hi, Liv. How are you? Don't know what else I can do. Like, hold a banner up. I can figure it out, probably. Hey, Tara, what's up? Just need the attention. Shit, just say hi. That's it. That's all you need for my attention. Taking a picture of a footprint in salt doesn't prove that you didn't step. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's an ad break. Yeah. Once the ad break is done, we'll go back inside. Do they need a hug? Maybe. How dare you not read 4 chats? I know, makes me sick. Oh yeah, 4, not 3. Where are the ads? You might not have them right now. The reason you might not have them is because the ads on the Twitch side are usually based on location. So if they're not running the ads in the location that you're in, then you're not going to get them at all. Yeah. They're not done for everybody, Katie. They might be done for one person, but they're not done for everybody. My daughter's messaging me. 10 months over there, Mr. Song. Oh my God, sir. Thank you for the sub, sir. I appreciate you. Can't believe you haven't acknowledged my comments that I thought of sending. Makes me sick. iPad's about to die. Oh no. My daughter's messaging me from her iPad. Oh my God. Saw a message the other day saying low-key feeling unheard, unfollowing, even after the person was actively engaging in conversation. Like that, it's crazy. Listen, man. If there's one thing that you learn as a creator, especially, is that you're not going to please everybody. You can do your best intentions, but sometimes people are just not going to be happy with whatever you do. You can't harp on it. Like, you can't sit there and just think about that. If you have good intentions, man, just keep doing you. Yep. What do I mean when I say thank you for the 15 months? It's whenever if there's a certain sub or something like that, depending, yeah. If it's for 15 months, probably a sub on Twitch. Spooky, it's a little interesting. Yeah, there's only so much we can do. Ito, what's up? Last night I was playing the game with a friend and we were sitting there until I realized the Galu was an option. I said, wait, did it step in salt and immediately hunted? Yeah, yikes. Pay attention to me. whenever you skip. Well, I guess it's the mentality that I have when I go into a stream where it might be busy, or like they might not, I don't know, they might be engaged in the game while I'm also trying to send messages. If I send something and they don't read it, I don't take it personally. I just think like, I'll try again later. It's fine. But I'm not like, what the hell, dude? They didn't like, not everybody can be Chiba. Okay. Chiba can read literally every single message that has ever existed on his channel. Now he might get like 20, 30, 40 minutes behind, but he reads them all. I'm just saying. All right. Adjutant, we're going back in. Got the photo. Where do you send it? In the Pix channel in Discord. Yeah. Pix channel in Discord is be the best place to send it. If you can't send it yet, it might be because you're not level 1 in the server. But it takes a very small amount of talking and then you're good to go. What is my favorite zero evidence sanity map? Oh, either Willow or Tangle. If I'm like trying to get a lot of levels and stuff, yeah, Willow or Tangle for sure. All right, sound recorder. We need to go with more sounds. Give. In my bio, it's literally in the chat. There we go. All right, that crucifix is still fully intact. What? Oh, that was the MF5. Never mind. Yeah, inner hamster. Yeah, just the Twitch chat. Yeah. Literally about. No, you're okay, Katie. I got it. Thank you. I've got a button I can press. Make it nice and easy. Why do the Cadbury cream eggs have to be seasonal? You have to talk to your stores. I can't help you. Yeah. Yes, thank you for the follow. Deb, thank you for the 21 months. Ghost. I guess I could just have it escape. I don't know if I'm worried about it perfect. Not on this one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take this upstairs. Is the Obama the ghost that can change speed in the middle of the hunt? Yes. Yep. Every 2 minutes, it will change whether it is enraged or chill. Now, I might need to use the curse possession though. Doc have to split? Yes. Yeah. I imagine he had to go do stuff with the fam. Song, I literally responded directly to them. Which ghost can shapeshift? It is the Obake. The shapeshifting pattern is not like every every 12 blinks. There's a certain pattern for it. I just always forget the numbers. It's like 12 and then something else, then something else. Yeah, we'll use Frank. I've already, the crucifix downstairs has already been eaten once. So this won't stop the hunt. So it should be okay. Escape. Hi. At least you're not crawling. Crawling in my skin. Here for you. She's so feisty. Look at her head. This is going to be one of your easier looping spots, friends. If you're trying to practice looping, the reason this is an easier spot is because the ghosts go so fast when they round that corner right there that they end up hitting the table. And you see what she was doing. She was going around hitting the table and then having to back her way like this. So it buys you time. So it's a really nice looping spot to practice on if you are not used to looping. Oh, hey, Pam. Hey, how are you? The dock split to be with fam, or you need to escape for the hot chips. Oh, yeah. He might have to go to the turlet. Oh, yeah. That poor young man. Alrighty, my little Rafey poo. Get us out of here. Whatever you do, don't try to loop a Revy. I mean, you could. It's the same deal. They're so fast that they get stuck. Yeah. Twins? What about them? What, this? This was not twins.
Welcome back. Like
Had a ghost walk through the couch the other night. We love a glitch. Oh my God. Having the ghost walk through stuff or over stuff like the table in Grafton, get out of here. Like, get out of here. Well, even so, the speed of the ghost was normal speed, so it wouldn't have been a twin. Yep. Yebers. All right. Where to now? Yeah, definitely Wraith. We did not have mustard pancakes. Spooky, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. You know what? Let's do Full Sunny. Haven't done this today.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up.
Still remember Cooper open looping us. You're saying Moroy. Yeah, it's a fun little trick to learn.
With a cursed object. Investigate it, but be careful.
The ghost shouldn't walk through the table. No, it should not, because we can't walk through the... That's my rule of thumb. If we can't walk through an area, why the heck can the ghost do it? And if it's like, well, it's a ghost, it can walk through things, then why is it that it has to walk around everything else? It does not make sense. Doesn't make sense any minutes. Pardon me. Miss Goozy. Is the bone still experiencing the feature on Sunny? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Features. Yeah, we'll get the photo in a little bit, but first, go find out where the ghost is. Your friend thought Sunny Meadows was a daycare at first. When reading the name, I mean, that's kind of fair. It does sound like that, right? Hey, Takuna, welcome in. Oh, sad. Was really hoping the power was right there, and it's not. Hiding. Good, good. Daycare for nutty adults. Oh, so it's for all the players. First things first, let's go see what cursed possession we have. Oh, great. It's the cards. I'm so happy. Ah, yes, the power's here. Let's go. Let's go. Is that noise on the parabolic just ambient? Yeah, there's a lot of ambient sounds in Sunny Meadows like that. That's ambient noise. You just have to learn the difference between what's ghost sounds and what's ambient. Turn the page. Think of the 3 months. Bone. The daycare would be awful. Imagine all the dolls, the toy. Oh my God, gross. He's been carded. Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess I'll just pick a direction and go. I could pull cards right now, but it's like, that's so dangerous. Ambience adds so much. I do like it. Like, don't get me wrong. I do like the ambience. I think there should be that much. Ouija board's the best for this map. That or the mirror. The mirror can also be really, really helpful. At least not the circle. Touche. Touche. War Thunder, welcome in. Fine. If she starts hunting from the, or sorry, is it? If Kevin starts hunting from this room, I'm blaming all of you. Nightmare? Yep. There goes 25. Oh, Jesus Christ. If it's an Oni, that took 20 of my sanity away, so I'm just trying to be cautious. Did you kick the power already? Oh, I hate your face. It might still be lingering around from what we just did. Need to clean my house, but I don't wanna. Oh, that's Raccoon, welcome in. Hello. You said I won't be able to send a pic till I'm a certain level. Possibly. It might try to stop you if you're not level 1 in the server. But if it doesn't, then groovy. Then, yeah. There's a pic channel in there you can send it to. Kevin has some not very nice things to say to you. Okay. I'm gonna die. gonna get got. Told you ghost fart from the corner. Well, no, now we know it's not an Oni. Get out of here. Get out of here. You can escape those, by the way. If you don't let that mist ball hit you, you don't lose 10 sanity. The event has to hit you for you to lose the sanity for it. Pull the cards, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Was that this way? Oh gosh, dang it. We didn't say it'd be fun. We just do it. Oh, fair play. No, the tower card was never broken. They purposely made it like that. Unfortunately. Yeah. All right, well, this is good. It's apparently hunting. No idea. If it's not back here, it's in the end of one of the wings. Yeah, it's... No. What ghost do I think it is? I think it's not an Oni. What does the tower card do? The tower card, as of right now, it increases activity depending on what your sanity is for 60 seconds. So it used to cause an instant interaction and they removed it from the game. They said for a particular reason, but I think that they're lying. I don't think that they're telling the truth, honestly. I think that what they did was they broke the tower card and then we're like, well, we just removed it because what if there's nothing for the ghost to interact with? It's like, okay, then why does the voodoo doll exist? But they also never announced the change. It was only whenever we brought it up. Like we had to say, hey, what's wrong with the card? It's either all the way at the end of the male or the female wing. No, the tower card still exists. It's just borderline useless. Bro, I'm about to guess and go. This is obnoxious. The ghost is staying all the way at the end of wherever it is. Taylor, welcome in. Hello. Usually play Phasmophobia, small maps, because it's way more easier to travel from one place to another than big maps. Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah, play solo all the time, and that's fair. I think I'm the same way. Where when I'm playing solo and you get on the big maps, it's just back and forth so much, so freaking much. Sippo, welcome in. Tinkerbell, hello. Goryo, maybe it's a Revy, and the reason that I'm not hearing it is because it's so slow. You know? Maybe that's why. Longest hunt ever. You know what? Not in the mood for it. We're going to go for it. I'm going to go Revy and leave. This might not be a Revenant. It might be a Goryo or a Shade or anything else. Who knows? But the fact that we haven't heard it walk near us at all. Any evidence? No. No. Absolutely not. We're going to go for it. A little science. Watch it be a mimic. It's going to be something else. It's going to be like a Raiju or something stupid. Now, let's see. Oh, Bake, Sag.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Yep. I have no idea where the ghost was. No clue. But I did get his blow out of firelight though. Ayo. Lame spirit. No, this was a lame obake. My daughter. She's like, are you done yet? Almost. Relax yourself. Okay. Not a Miley. Nope. Negative. All right. Maybe let's see if we can do a quick tangle. Let's do a quick tangle and then maybe that'll be the end of it. Free 120. I'll take it.
We've arrived.
Then we'll call it there.
Equipment and get set up before investigating. There have been new reports
Hey,
of a
rookie.
cursed object nearby.
How'd you not get it? It was so obvious. You shut your butt.
Take a look. You may be able to
Perfect
use
tangle?
it to your
All right.
advantage.
If I'm doing a perfect tangle, that means I need media. So let's bring in all the media. Stellar, you have to deal with it, okay? Eventually, it's going to get even worse. The Jerk was a good movie? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I went to New York like 6 months ago. There we go. I hear you. Oh, what? I watched it. Lift that cup. Hey, Sam, welcome in. Okay. I don't want the media anyway. Possible garage? Maybe. Hard to say. Oh, it's Carl from Up. You're how angry he is? Look, right there. Why? Why do you live this life? Why are you this way? No. Logics, I know. No, you're good. Light the circle, you'll be fine. No, I don't want to light the circle yet. I'm very well aware what to get him. Yeah, I've played at least 2 games. Maybe 3. I'm not sure. I'll have to check my books on that. Not the fine china. No, this is Nightmare. This isn't No Evidence. I will do No Evidence because it's enjoyable, but I do Nightmare a lot just because I get to use all the equipment and do all the things. I hear you. Shut your lips. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? It's not like you've done 11K or something. Nah, that's overkill. That's too much. Too much. Great. Welcome in. How are you? Noah, thank you for the follow. Used to hate the Summoning Circle, but I've been warming up to it a lot. It can do a lot of things, especially if you can figure everything else out that you need and you just need media. Then it can be really, really helpful. Let's bring that. Let's do this first. Yeah. I used to like the circle a lot more. The hate grew really fast. You know how easy to know is Moroi because for me is hard. Just get the evidence. Why am I playing with the tier 2 incense? Because I enjoy it. I prefer it over tier 3. It's got to be there, right? It's not that cold, but see how warm it is everywhere else? Yeah. It's here. But it's not giving me stuff and things. Where's Coach? Probably at her house. If I had to safely assume. Yeah, Nightmare only 2 evidence. That's correct. Yep. Let's bring this guy now. And now we can bring this. And we'll bring one of these. Could be Spirit. Well, it could be it could be any of them. It's fun. I'm having fun. This is great. Not a Pulte. Why? I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm enjoying it. Hi, Rose. Any abilities used so far? No. If it did abilities, I would know what the ghost is. Nay. Oh, you bitch. I knew it was gonna do it. No. You're at your house too, Song? Thank you. I was curious. It's not throwing a lot. Well, it is. It is throwing a lot. Oh, look, a boner jam. What are you doing? What are you doing over here? Oh, excuse me. Where'd it go? Did I get it? Hey, let's go. Cold breath, yeah. If it's cold breath, that means that it's 5 degrees or lower. Typically the ghost room. Ghosty. You're also at your house? That's good. I'm glad we're establishing all this. I do need one of these. Wait for the ghost to cook me something. Let's go. Hot pocket time. Got that. Oh no, is that too late too? I hate you so much. The events are so fast, man. They're so fast. Like, why? Why? All right, I'm gonna go get more crap and come back. This ghost sucks. Waz, thank you for the follow. Tyga, welcome in. Hello. Thought it was a phantom. No, it never even showed up. Like, I didn't have a ghost photo, so that's how I know that's a nay. Das a nay. That's all right. Let's grab a second smudge. Let's grab this. There's a possibility that we have UV. You double rang. All right, look, I'm gonna take a photo of this. All right. You can get a lot of media from the circle. It just uses a lot of resources. Oh, well, Lottie Uncle atomed up. Got it. Now come walk in this. Work's calling. Oh no, not on a Sunday. Any day now. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Come on. This one, that one, you choose. I don't care. There we go. Thank you. I wonder if we have any GUV on any of the windows or the doors. No, it has not touched the door yet. Did I get any evidence? I would say so, yeah. Am I talking to a robot? I'm very confused. Hey, I can get that photo. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Chill. All right, photos are good. Videos are good. I need 2 more sounds. Pretty sure we saw Goo in the salt. Oh, no. I'm very well aware we did. Yeah. Trust me, I'm very well aware that we saw the goo. Yeah. Did I have the second evidence, though? Where are you? I touched the potato. Where are you? Maybe it's freezing now. Maybe it's just taking 15 years. Wait a minute. Oh no. Am I too late? Oh, it might be a Goryo. That's disgusting. Yeah, it might be. How the plates not shatter? Ah, they're plastic. Out goes fart. Why? Well, we're not getting the second piece of evidence, and the only way to get Goryo dots. Wait, do I already have this? Oh god. No, I don't. Okay, good. We're not getting the second piece of evidence, and the only way to get Goryo dots is by watching through a video camera. And you have to be outside of the room as well. So the fact that we haven't gotten anything else, kind of making us think it's a Goryo. So let's watch. Posted the video of the interaction. Thank you, Boohoo. I'll definitely check it out after stream. No, it's going to throw the camera. It's going to throw the camera. What gender is it? Because it could be a male. What does that have to do with the Goryo? Keep having ghosts. Oh, look, it's dots. Can't believe it. That's crazy. There's no way that we saw that. Prevent hunt with crucifix. Okay, we do want it to hunt. Double smudgy. Stress a lot when the ghost hunts you. You just have to know where to go. You just have to know how to stay safe, how to hide, how to use your incense, knowing which range like the crucifix has to protect you, all the things. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do. Well then. He was trying to say something about the Banshee part. Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking Banshee at all. If you want me to cross it off for you, I can do that for you, if that makes it better. Hey! Still beginner learning how to play? Nice. I hope you're enjoying it, dude. Oh, that was too fast. I don't know. I don't know if that was only in the camera, not in person. I'm pretty sure it was, but I'm not 100% on that. Hey, Sebastian. Real cute. I don't need... You know what? Play that game? Play that game. Just bought me 90 seconds, butthole. I should be able to get it. I technically should be able to get it like this. Because it is a separate room. But room boundaries can be a little wonky. No, thank you. I'll pass. All right. This way is going to look, it's going to be a lot better to know. Like, this way will be a lot easier to see the dots and know if it's a Goryo or not, if it shows up in the camera, because we'll be able to see the dots show up in the camera and not in front of me. The Obombo trait. The Obombo has the ability to change speeds every 2 minutes. See, it's not showing up though, which is really, really dicey. It's making me think like me. Oh, I just saw it. Was that in that was not in person, right? camera only. I thought so too. Thank you, Amy. Did not see him. Well, that was unnecessary. Goryo 100%. Gorios do not roam very far away from their ghost rooms. So they can roam to the next room over, but they will not go very far. Hey, Shirlene. Rude ghost. It is rude. Would you go back to your room? Get out of here. Could this be a banshee? No. It's a male ghost. It can't be a banshee. Yeah. See that right there? Would you knock it off? Knock it off, hotshot. I said knock it off! Hey. Wasn't very nice. Buy myself another 90. Only camera again? Good. I was trying to get a really, really obvious one, and it keeps going to like the edge of the camera. When you don't need when you don't need videos or photos, we get 100,000 events. That was a very, very obvious one. So we saw the ghost inside of the camera. We didn't see it in person. That's how you know that it's a Goryo. So that's your sale. Listen, if you don't need... No, thank you. If you don't need the ghost to hunt, then why make it hunt? The only reason you want to make it hunt is for fun. Yeah. Hey, Tristan, how are you? Nice. Nice. Get me out. I'll take it. Flash being on means my weekend is over. Hi, Mike. I'm sorry. I hate that that's how you judge it. I don't like that. How's WoW been, friend? I've been watching in the background. I can take a break for streaming again later. Oh, yeah. 1,000,000%. Yeah, I'm going to go hang out with the kiddos. Go hang with them for the rest of the day. And then at night, there's a good possibility that I'm going to stream tonight. It's not 100%. I just say good possibility. No one to take a break. Oh, please take your break. Please. Been great. Been like 15 years since. Nice. I've been in the mornings. In the mornings, I'll be throwing it on in the background and just hanging out. Yeah. Wanted to end on a red light special. That dirty animal. Undertaker, thank you for the follow. Emmy, thank you for the rose. Watching on YouTube with the little. He's loving the stream. Thank you, little. It's night over there for you. Damn. It is almost 5 for me. Yeah, I'll need to go figure out what to feed these little heathens and then hang out with them for the night and chill and play, do whatever, and then possibly later tonight. More fast tonight? Probably. Yeah, if I played tonight, it would probably be, I'm not necessarily going to do the weekly tonight. I might. It just depends on where I'm going to be. I have to decide if I'm going to just be in one place, all the places. I don't know. I haven't decided. Thank you, Mira. We will see. But I am going to end it everywhere else so that we can go raid on the Twitch side, friendos. So if you want to come raid with us, always feel free over on Twitch. I appreciate you, friends. I will possibly be live later tonight. No guarantee, possibility. Okay? We don't know for sure, but we will see. No mustard pancakes. You get out of here. No mustard pancakes, you sick bastards. Thank you, Divine. Guys, if you need to know when I change schedules or when anything adjusts, the Discord is there. The socials are there. Make sure to check out the Midnight Society. The Patreon is free to join technically. There are some things, there are different tiers that you can join, but it is technically free to get notifications about stuff. Thank you, Kiwi. Alrighty, let's go find out where we're gonna go. enjoy the little. We will. We will. I'm not even sure what they're doing right now. They were. Izzy sent me a random picture of Josie sleeping earlier.
Welcome
So
back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
not exactly sure what that was to accomplish, but I know that she was sleeping. So I'll take it, I guess. Thank you, Logix. Oh, man. Oh, man. A nice bonding cuddle moment with him. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, I know. I know where we're going. Oh, I'm very well aware, Mr. Song. If it's who I'm thinking about, I already know. Yeah, I already knew. Thank you, though. Thank you. He was stoked you to answer. Hey, you tell that kid they're awesome. Hey, JB. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I typically end around 4 o'clock. Sometimes we go a little bit later on Sundays, but I try to end. I try to end when I can by 5 at the very, very latest so I can go hang out with the family. Yeah. There's also, wait, there's also someone celebrating their stream anniversary. Wait, do I know about that one? Wait, do I know about that one? Thank you for the follow, though. Appreciate you. He says, thank you. I can see you. Hold on. DM me again, Song. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. Thank you, Mayor. Yep. Yeah. 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 Good news. You have tagalongs. Oh, that's, oh, you have Girl Scout cookies and they're tagalongs and you're going to come in here and gloat. You sick bastard. Those are my favorite. Listen, we've been doing pretty good about the whole eating thing, trying to eat healthier, be better, just like exercising, doing all this stuff. But I will crush a box of tagalongs. I don't care who you are. Oh, they're so good. They're so effing good. Oh, my Lanta. Girl Scout cookies are very dangerous. They're addicted. I'm telling you what, they're putting something in them. They have to be. You can't just eat a couple. It's got to be all of them. Oh my God, Thin Mints fresh out of the freezer. Hey, that I've heard that's a pretty go-to method. I don't eat Thin Mints very often though. Been eating better to get down 30 pounds. The Girl Scout cookies are ruined. That I know, and that's part of it too. We're like, oh well, we could maybe sort of just for this one. We still do Pizza Friday, but I always try to get a healthier pizza. So what I'll do is like if we do Domino's, I'll do light cheese. I'll do thin light cheese with chicken sauce, like sausage, spinach, tomatoes, green peppers. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, I still am participating. It still tastes really good. It's just a way less calorie meal. So been trying to, and the wife and I, it's been nice because we've been going to the gym and having like date nights at the gym. So I have stuff that I can work out here, but it's just nice to go to a space that's literally just for that reason only. So that's been nice. And not to mention again, because the basement stuff's getting worked on, I can't really have all that down here anyway. Spinach and feta pizza. There you go. Can I explain twins? It's a ghost. That's one ghost. That's not two. Get Domino's tonight. Nice. Need to get the healthiest. Oh, deep dish Chicago extra cheese. Listen, man, I'm a sucker for like even like a Pizza Hut like pan extra cheese. Oh, the sauce it's perfection. It's too damn good. Too good. Okay. Oh, my friends. Let's go say hi. Stop. I know. I'm so sorry. Dude, same here. I just like pizza. Same. Yep. Same. I like most. Even like what you call it? The frozen ones that come in like a rectangle that are like 3 slices. The Ilios. Yep. Sure. I'm down. Absolutely. Great. Sounds good to me. Needs a little duct tape to keep chat from getting hangry. Wait, what? Do I have Mod Pizza? There's one not, I'd say not far, but it's like 30, 40 minutes away. Tostinos? The pizza rolls? Those are mid, in my opinion. Pizza night, nice. Nice. Pretzel cheese pizza from Little Caesars. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, man. That's rough. We can't do pizza again. We can't. We can't do it again. We can't do it again. Too far for pizza. Yeah, I think so. 30 to 40 is a stretch for me. So long as it's not Old Forge, Pennsylvania pizza. They use American cheese. Oh. Oh, they use American cheese? What do they use, like Kraft single slices? Ever since I was pregnant with my first child 4 years ago, the smell of pizza rolls makes you sick. Oh, no. There's a chain called Donato's. That's really good pizza. Oh, nice. Yes, sir. Ew. That should be illegal. Like, you go to jail for something like that. Or you should go to jail. That's unnecessary roughness. Street tacos? Ooh, I love a good street taco. We're talking about Altoona. I don't know. Now it's it's hitting people the wrong way. It's hitting people the wrong way. All right. We need to raid out. Let's go say hi. Let's go say hi. Hubby had to work yesterday, so he made steak for us tonight. Aw, let's go. That's all. What a guy. What a guy. I love a good steak. All right. What about pizza pepperoni? What? What? Ghost, is your first language English? I'm just asking. So that way, I feel like it's not. And that's why I was like, I think it's coming off in strange ways. Hungry now? Stop. Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I will leave you here to be hangry. No, Divine, I already know where we're going, friend. No, it's all good. No, it's all good. Spooky Queen, thank you for stopping by. All right. Raid messages. If you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. Little tier 3s, you have your own. Again, I might be live tonight. I don't want to guarantee it. I want to leave it open for possibility. Maybe there's a good chance of it. Once the kiddos go to bed that I go live. So we will see. We will see. Do not forget the fridge is full of disgusting soda. It is all there. We've already finished off the ranch. And the extended wheel, and then the wheel that's after that is still a mystery wheel. Sunflower, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for all the loves. I am going to send you over to a friendo who is celebrating their streamiversary. 3 flipping years. So let us go. You guys are awesome. I love you all. I will possibly see you tonight. If I do see you tonight, I will make sure to ping the Discord. Love y'all. Bye.